Well, yes. Now, got to figure out how to get back to Zoom.
I'm ready to be in the bureau.
Okay. Try to hop in. Okay.
Switch back into
All right. You are in the meeting. And you're now host.
Well, good. You put a post on that. You put a post on that.
I'm trying to figure out how to.
Can you do it on the just on
What's that stand because I'm Oh, you gotta be kidding me, really? Do you have a little TV screen on
which one of these is it? Right? Is it Roku? Top or bottom?
I'm not sure. I would say just pick one and see how. .32-inch ONN.Roku.TV.
Cast.
I'm playing post for just a second.
All right, guys, if y'all are joining us on our live stream on YouTube, it's Rollo. And this is what we're with Tennessee Old Guard Association. We're working on some small technical difficulties here with the resort facility, so just bear with us just a few minutes and we'll get this thing cranked up and going. See y'all just hang tight. All right, guys, how you doing today? It's Rollo. We are streaming live from the Tennessee Association of Rescue Squads 2025 convention here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. So today we are set up in the vendor hall. Got a lot of good vendors in here today. Looks like we've got everything from hydraulic tools, turnout gear, any kind of rescue medical device that you could possibly want. So if you're in the area, we'd encourage you to stop by and see us. We're, like I say, at the Music Road Hotel Resort. We are in the convention center portion of it. So if you're in the area, we'd love for you to stop by and see us today. We're going to live stream probably for a while here today. Hopefully once class breaks and we get a few people coming up, we'll see if we can't get some special guests on here. So today here with me will be my co-host. Is going to be Rawhide live and in person. So if I need to step away for a minute, then I'm sure Rawhide's going to take over hosting for us today. But yeah, so we're just going to be hanging out here, waiting on people to stop by and talk with us, try to get a few more people to join us in our TOGA meetings that we do on Tuesday night. So if you're new to my page and you're a first responder, whether it be law enforcement, fire department, rescue squad, police department, any of those, we welcome you to come in, join us on Tuesday nights. We start our Zoom meetings at 8 o'clock, and it is open to all disciplines. We even have a couple of ER nurses that join us that basically do trauma and that sort of thing. So we welcome those as well. And as if you look behind me here on our patch here, you can see we have law enforcement, fire department, EMS, and the caduceus there to represent, all of our disciplines and stuff. So if anybody has any questions, please stop by our booth and give us a shout.
So we have no idea if we're actually streaming or not.
So, guys, we've run into a lot of older people that we've known through the years down here. We've run into Weston Morgan. We run into Jeffrey Holt, former paramedic down in Jefferson County. Gosh, we've seen people we hadn't seen in a lot of years. A lot of people interested in what we're doing today with our TOGA organization, so we have been encouraging them to stop by and see us. At some point today, we're going to try to have us a live streaming the campfire today. So if you see some of our normal TOGA members on here, we may share some screens with them and get them to talk with us a little bit today. So. Folks, I've got Rawhide over here. He looks like he's raring to go, so I'm going to turn the screen over to him just a minute. Let him talk to you for just a minute. Stand by for
Rawhide. So this is the first time we've ever did anything like this before as far as live streaming. So, yeah, those that watch this later on, you can go ahead and start laughing now because it's going to be worth it. I just sent a group me text out to see if some of our normal campfire guys can hop on here and just show you some of the stuff that we can do during our campfire. We're a little bit technologically strapped right now, so just hang on with us. Hopefully we'll get this figured out. We also have CH Jesse with us in the caddy corner. We've got to have a camera. We need a camera really bad.
We do.
We're going to have to work on this.
Let's see if we can get a picture of him on there.
We have lunch in room 101 if anybody can break away and come get you a sandwich.
Oh,
okay, sounds good. Well, we should have some folks trickling through here pretty soon. Looks like we're breaking for lunch here, so.
Maybe when people start coming through, we'll turn and blending in.
Gotta love the green screen.
Maybe, I guess I'm too far away, aren't I? Yeah, come on over here, CH. Pull up a chair. That's what it is. We're wearing black and we've got a black background.
Love it, dog. All right, guys, I'm going to let Rawhide introduce you to CH Jesse here. He's one of our vendors that's set up here next to us there.
Hey, try to can you take the background down?
I should
see what happens. CH is he's phasing in and out of the purple on us. Hey, look. That may be better, yeah. I'm still wondering how long the lag is because it's still showing you on. I think you're still talking. So, CH, tell us about yourself, brother.
Well, CH, I'm an instructor coordinator at Lone State Community College for the paramedic program. Started in EMS in 1986. So I've been in it for a couple of days. So come on over and see us and get some education.
Everybody needs education in that. You know it's going to be fun. So we're going to go back and watch this one day and go, what in God's name was we trying to do?
Hey guys,
Makes technology wonderful.
hey, it's all about fun, guys. We're just
I don't know about y'all, but I hate going back and listening to myself or watching my. I did a thing last time I was even on the video thing. I looked like I was a crackhead in the trailer park, man. My head was like bouncing back and forth.
I remember at EMT school, they recorded this with tape recorders on a collie and played it back so you could listen to yourself and correct your issue. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you never know how country your punk Houndan is
Ain't
until
that
you've
a
heard
fact?
yourself talk on TV or on video or something like that.
no
That's
doubt.
all them county school education.
That's it. Public education at its finest. Right here.
Absolutely.
I do not know what year this is for the association convention. But I'm thinking we're up in the 70s now.
I don't think
The
it's
shirt says 70th
70th anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a long time.
We're in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee at the Music Road Inn
Music Road Resort. Yep. We're actually located over in the convention center portion where all the vendors and the classrooms are set up. Doesn't look like that, there's an admission charge if you just want to come in and take a look at the vendors or anything. Got a lot of good guys in here. We've got some representatives with some heavy hydraulic tools, a lot of farm rescue jacks. We've got a lot of fire rescue equipment, turnout gear, bunker,
I've seen
accessories.
somebody we need to get on here if we can find her. Seatbelt demonstration getting ready to happen.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. That'll be
About
good
killed
for all.
somebody yesterday in it going 5 miles an hour.
You're not seeing all those
Oh, Rome State.
home road states.
Oh, right there.
Bless her.
I'm looking.
Those
Lavonda.
glasses are
Lavanda's up here with her
These are glasses.
class. From Sevier County. What is the class where they do the EMS thing? I can't remember. I would move, but I'm kind of afraid to get up and show my big hand in on camera.
What are you talking about? You're going to be lost now.
Lavonda Krause? Or Lavonda, sorry, Lavonda was Clevenger, yes. I seen her a minute ago out when I went out to see if I could find HDMI. She's up here with her class that she does at the high school.
I reckon tomorrow they're inducted JD into Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He passed away last year. So,
I know Lavonda, or not Lavonda. God, Lavonda's daughter. Cecilia.
yeah. Yeah,
Man, that just shows you how my mind's gone.
Well, Cecilia started bottom up. Now she's a school teacher.
Yeah, she's here with her class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cece, if you see this. I've been calling you your mama.
Oh, I guess we can call her that. Or not call her that.
Yeah,
That's
that's a whole other. Did you see that podcast whenever during the election, call her daddy or something? That went so bananas. I wish we could figure out how far we are behind, Roll, because you're still on the screen talking.
screen call.
I'm gonna ask Trish.
Okay. All right, brother. So yeah, just if you're on YouTube watching this train crash, it's going off the rails. I'm gonna try to grab people as they come by. Of course, we just broke for lunch, so everybody probably gonna be a little bit before everybody starts trickling back in. Yeah. 10 things I didn't have on my list of happening this year. Us being YouTube people.
Well, guess what? It's first time for everything, I suppose.
Yeah, now how funny would this be if it went like mega viral? We wake up in the morning, we've got like 78 gazillion views.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Probably need to figure out how to monetize it real quick just in case.
Monetization would be a good
Monetization would not.
All right, guys. So looks like we are also streaming not only on YouTube, but we're also streaming on Facebook as well. So you can go to our TOGA page or my page and maybe even Rawhide's, and it should be streaming on there as well too. Now there will be a little bit of a delay from us here in the convention center to reaching out to you guys there on the internet, so probably like a minute or two delay. But anyway, encourage everybody to jump on there for a few minutes there. We would really appreciate it. We've got a few of these on here. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about what we're doing today. We are at the 2025 Tennessee Association of Rescue Squads annual convention. This is actually their 70th, golly, I can't even talk. 70 years that they've been
Some
in
sort of
existence.
7 number, yeah.
Lord, it's been rough. But yeah, so we're over here with them celebrating. Tonight is going to be the fun night, so I think we're going to have a get-together with a lot of the rescue squad personnel, basically. There'll be a lot of shaking hands, kissing babies. I think we're going to maybe do a cookout, possibly.
Maybe shaking hands.
Yeah.
Now they did the cookout last night. Yeah. I fell completely asleep after you left and slept plumb through the cookout.
Well, scratch the cookout, but tonight's a fun night, so I think they're going to pick a little music and stuff.
I think so. I think somebody said that there's a bunch of people that bring their instruments, and afterwards they sit around and maybe pick a little bit, which should be interesting. Of course, tomorrow night's the big banquet night. Not sure I'm going to stick around for it.
So we'll definitely be live streaming today through the afternoon. Depending on how the night goes, we might even try to live stream a little bit tonight of maybe some of the music there. I know one gentleman that's a quite famous fiddle player throughout the EMS and rescue community, Mr. Wesley Morgan, will be picking. He's got a lot of his buddies that I think most of them are rescue and EMS fire type people. Going to be playing a little bit tonight over here for us. Looking really forward to that.
You can name this TOGA Time with Rolo and Hall.
That's exactly right. TOGA Time.
Welcome to TOGA Time, the first ever TOGA Time.
Live and in person.
Well, it looks like if the monitor we have set up here is actually doing what's live streaming. We're just now getting to the part where CH was here.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, there may be a little bit of delay here and there. We've got a couple of our normal TOGA members here that's asking if we're up and live, and we are. We're on a little bit of a delay here on our Zoom, but we will just ask if any of our normal TOGA members come in that we are live streaming, and we're going to try to be PG-13 today. Hey, how are you guys doing today?
Hey, you want to be on YouTube? Oh, come on. If we can do it, anybody.
We're doing some quick interviews with some people. Just, tell us who you are, where you're from, what you're doing today with the vendors.
Come on. You know you want
come on.
You know you want it. You think I am? Does this sound like a voice that should be on YouTube?
We're from the backwoods country. Listen to us. Oh, we're nervous right now.
Yeah, I tell you, you couldn't stick a pin up my We need
need
that
a little-
box thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I need our little bleep thing.
We're going to watch this again at some point and go, what in God's name
Where we do?
was we thinking?
I
How
guess-
did we even get that on?
I guess every YouTuber has to get the start somewhere.
Oh, good Lord, yeah. Is that Goob that takes me? Is he
It
going
is.
to hop on?
I think he was playing that. He said he's looking.
I don't know who's got the. Is that actual Zoom? Is that
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
So it should pop up.
Yeah.
Did you do one with him?
With CJ, we did.
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, he's on right now at the stream part of it. I look like a daggone. I have not. My mind's not caught up in my weight loss yet. And
How much have you lost?
altogether, almost 300 pounds.
Nice.
But in my mind's eye, I
Are you
still say,
taking a medication or just dieting or?
no, it's all medication. It's half and half. I got put on Trulicity because of my A1C got so high, but because of the Trulicity, that's been what my bigger weight loss has come from. Hey, CH is back in the. We're trying to get her to get on here and say something.
One of these days you'll be taking our place.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what this whole thing is about. You know, somebody will have to carry the torches on later.
I don't know about that. Because I think I'm going to end up bridging over nursing and then stopping.
Oh, so wait, is she student, instructor?
Student.
She's a student.
Oh, get your hind end over here.
Oh,
She is
wee.
an advanced student in Roger Bader's class.
Sit
She's
down here.
also
We're
the
gonna
secretary for
interview
this
you.
region for
We're going to
TOGA.
interview the next upcoming batch of EMT advanced here.
Also, her husband is the chief of the squad here in Sevier County.
Oh, really?
Really? Well, that's
Don't be
interesting. Well, folks, we've got our second victim here today, so we are going to turn it over to her. We're going to just have her tell us who she is, a little bit about herself, and kind of what region that she represents. So take it away.
Hi, my name is Courtney Sutton. I started with Sevier County Volunteer Rescue Squad 5 years ago. My husband was actually the chief at the time. He wasn't my husband at the time, but no, he brought me to the squad.
Oh, okay.
So I started there and started getting more into the medical side of everything after getting almost all the certs possible you can, besides confined space.
Awesome.
So, are you an EMT now, or are you in class?
I'm an EMT now. I'm going to school for advanced EMT.
What's your EMT? Do you even have EMT numbers now?
We do. Do I remember it? No.
Oh, you know what mine is? Take a guess.
I guess it's only 4 numbers.
I'm a 5.
Or 5 numbers.
14540.
18960.
CH, what's yours?
What?
EMT number.
1936.
See?
I think mine's 202243.
Now they're in the
5s now. I was a 2.
I've always been a 2.
my Virginia number.
I tried to be a 5 once.
There you go.
Didn't work out.
My Virginia number's like 600.
I felt like a Justin Nunley guy right there. Have you watched him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love watching Justin.
Justin, if you see this, shout out. But he's
Holler at
always.
us.
Did you know? I felt like so you. Sorry, am I like running all over?
No,
you?
this thing just kind of
Sorry.
felt like it was caving in.
See,
for a
you
second.
thought this was hard to talk. See,
you
now
did a
you're
great
not
job.
red. You're not red now. It's the great host.
Yeah,
Make you feel
that's
very
what it is.
comfortable.
That's right. See, and folks, this is what we do on Tuesday nights.
Yeah,
We get
this
innocent
is our
victims.
campfire on steroids.
It really is. You know, we're incorporating some new folks in. You know, getting us interviewing people that may or may not want to stop by the booth.
Trying to get people so we don't have to talk as much. So are you planning on going to work for the ambulance, or are you going to nursing
I work
school?
for AMR
Yeah.
Knoxville now and Spear County Ambulance Service.
Okay,
Oh,
awesome.
So you're one of Rick's people.
Yeah. My intention was actually to go to flight medic school,
Everybody
There
wants
we
to go to
go.
flight
There we
medics.
go.
but since I've
You
started,
people in the helicopter.
I'll kind of probably end up keeping my paramedic license when I go to paramedic school.
Well, hell yeah, keep them.
But I think I'm going to end up being an OB
They'll have to
nurse.
take mine from my dying dead hands as long as their CEUs to be had.
Them things are too hard to get.
Yeah, as long as there's conferences and CEUs, I'll be a paramedic.
Right.
Yeah. So is this how long you been in the squad? You say?
I was with the squad for 5 years.
So-
Now I'm a Region 2 secretary.
Oh, okay.
Really?
So you're
Awesome.
you
Moving
got
on.
a state officer on with us, boys and girls.
There you go.
So,
That's awesome.
so what do you do as the Region 2 secretary?
Go to the region meetings and just take all the minutes.
Okay. They didn't have that when I was still in the squad.
They were still hammering chiseling on stones back in.
1985. You know what's sad? When I first started, if it was 1985, in my years in '85, 40 years, that would have been we wouldn't have even been a squad then. It would have been like the 40s. You get old really quick doing this.
That is a fact.
See, now here we're going to give you a job. You have to bring one other person to come get on the live stream.
Well, I just ignored a phone call from the Region 2 Vice President. Maybe I can get him to come over here.
Hey, that'd be cool. Is the elections already last night, or is it going on right now? Are they balloting right now?
The elections maybe tonight. Or that may be why he's calling me.
Well, you go take care of your Region 2 duties and come back and talk to us. And if you want to bring in, find anybody, just trick them in. Don't even tell me. Just go, hey.
I mean, I could always tell my other half to come sit down.
Sure, bring them.
Absolutely. We
Well,
welcome
thank you
anybody.
for talking to us.
Well, thank you for
Sorry
your
we
time.
had to embarrass you there at first. Hey, you are, no, CH is the first TOGA time guest.
He is.
CH is
awesome.
the first.
Oh, I got us another victim.
Oh my God, yes, sir. Come on in here. Have a seat
Come on
right
over
here.
and have a seat with us today, brother.
What are we doing today?
Boy, today we have got
a treat
Yes,
for
we
everybody
do.
today.
So today we got the world famous Mr. David Franklin live and in person
start that.
from Greene County and up around the Johnson City area. So we're going to interview him right quick.
What's this
Although he
sweet-
was
what's
not
this sweet
expecting
stuff, Tonto?
You're sitting in the middle.
I've done had my seat took away.
Look at him. Look at him. So
Hot seat.
we're going to put him in the hot seat here. Yeah. So
What you doing, Rolo?
I'm gonna go line some people up.
are you good? Victims or interviewees. So today we've got Mr. David Franklin with us. Me and David, we go back a long ways, like early '90s long. We've had some
Fun times.
Well, David's a good feller here, but what we're doing, Dave, we're just grabbing a few old friends, which is what TOGA is all about. We're trying to get old friends back together through our Zoom meetings and, our luncheons and stuff that we have. So I'm going to give a stage to David here in just a second and let him tell you a little bit about his background, who he is, and where he came from.
Oh, goodness. I started out right out of high school into the volunteer fire department, Caney Branch. Then I went to the rescue squad and started volunteering there, and I've retired out of that. I think it's 34, 35 years in the fire department. And then from there, I went to EMS, and I've done that a few years, 25, 26 years, something like that. Done law enforcement a little bit here and there in Greene County when they had Response 1 going. And now I'm working nice one with children.
So he's taking care of the kiddos now.
Taking care of the babies, helping with that. So I've had my full round of experiences with it. So, but it's been fun. It's definitely been knowledgeable, I'll say. Different agencies and stuff like that.
Yep. That's what makes the profession great. I mean, you've got a lot of opportunity
Right.
to expand and do different areas, and become
Just
really
to keep your horizon broadened a little bit.
a lot of
You're
disciplines.
not just because you say you're on an ambulance doesn't mean that's where you've got to stay. There's a facet of different agencies out there looking for people.
Yes, absolutely, there is. So, and not only is David involved in emergency services, his whole family pretty much is too.
Yeah.
So, his wife Angie, she's a nurse, and she's been first responder.
No, she's EMT now.
Oh, she's EMT too. Tells you I ain't been around in a while.
What, 2 years now? You got it?
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah.
That is awesome. So, yeah, and his daughter, I think, was involved in the fire service.
Fire service, and she's armed security now.
Wow.
Has also been through the EMT school.
And she's been through the EMT school.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So,
Make it a family fire then, huh?
draw them to the dark side.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
2 more
There you go. So we've got,
eventually, and I don't know when they're going to be.
okay. Well, that's cool. But yeah, me and David, we go back a long way. We've had some wild calls and a lot of adventures in Greene County, but we've remained good friends for many years, and there again, guys, that's what we have created TOGA for. Me and Rawhide and a couple others has helped us really get this off the ground, and we encourage everybody to come in and join our meetings on Tuesday nights. You can follow the link on our Facebook page, and the meeting ID and stuff never changes. That way it makes it easy for everybody to jump in. And typically on Tuesday nights, we have a pretty good little crowd of some diverse disciplines and stuff. Sometimes we'll get on there and we'll talk. We usually start at 8 o'clock, and we don't really set an end time. So sometimes we'll talk an hour and a half. Sometimes we'll talk to past 11 o'clock, we do have people that, they've got family obligations and stuff like that. So they may pop in for 30 minutes, go do something, hop back in, and that's perfectly fine. If you just want to stop in and kind of see what everything's all about, we highly encourage that. We talk a little bit of shop. We do a lot of laughing. We tell a lot of stories on each other. And we usually put a disclaimer up, because sometimes things kind of slip time to time, but it is a good time. And it's helped bring a lot of the older guys back together that have kind of, went separate ways, either with different services or different disciplines. So if you see this, man, we welcome you to come in and
join in and give your story.
Absolutely. So if you happen to be wandering around here at the squad convention, I know this is on a little bit of a delay, but we're probably going to snatch you up and talk to you. So, Dave, hey, buddy, I want to thank you for stopping by and talking with us, man. We've enjoyed it, Dave. And come back and see us.
Getting to see everybody's the fun part about
it. Is. It's awesome.
And it's all just a big brotherhood, and that's the thing about it. And I say
absolutely.
That, male or female, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
We're all one big family.
Yeah. Appreciate you,
fellas.
Hey,
thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
I'm with you on that. Find something here in a little bit.
They said they got some awesome chicken salad up there. I'm gonna go try it.
Yeah, we need to head that way ourselves.
So, TOGA time.
TOGA time at the convention.
TOGA time at the convention. So, I've rounded this up a couple of others that will be stopping in here in a little bit, and
unsuspected, I suppose.
Well, one I told what was going on. The other one I think will probably be a little bit surprised when he sees him. But he's an OG.
Oh,
so
awesome. That's what we want to see. So we got a little lull in action here, guys. Everybody's going to grab them some lunch and stuff. So I'm sure we'll have a few more trickle through here. We'll snag somebody in here.
Those interested in sponsorships can go to teamtntoga.com. No, not yet, seriously, but that will eventually happen.
Yeah, we might look at something like that.
We're
Relatively near future, hopefully. So.
Our plan is we're kind of, this is our cold start, kind of, I guess we call it a cold start.
Yeah, soft opening or whatever you want to call it.
We're getting ready to celebrate our first birthday, actually, in January.
Yes, sure are.
And we're looking at some things for next year as far as membership-wise, actual members of TOGA to join TOGA.
Yes.
Just to give us, that's what I'm looking here for, Rolo, to give us more, I guess it would be the next step in what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we're trying to actually grow the TOGA membership into where we are able to do a few more things with TOGA, maybe do some sponsorships within our membership program, to where we might be able to send somebody out as a representative of TOGA, maybe discover some some basic expenses as far as we're going to try to expand it and do some little bit more audio visual stuff, some more stuff to help with the forward progress of TOGA. Maybe, hopefully, we can get to a point to where, we can use our organization to help somebody within TOGA or, in the brotherhood. So we got some things in the works. So, just stay tuned, and we're going to work on those, and we'll keep you guys updated as things happen.
Depending on the hate or like of this, this kind of dawned on us yesterday to try to do this. At the end of the day, things kind of happen to open our eyes to this might be something that people find fun or interesting. If it goes well, we may do this at Region 2 next month. And so all you Region 2 folks out there that may happen to come across this, get ready.
There you go. Trying to expand day by day, doing some things.
Do what? I think we will. I mean, I'm having a blast. I don't care if anybody else is having fun or not. I'm having this time of my life.
It's definitely been a good time. We've met some good folks here. Made a lot of new acquaintances. It's been great.
And we did get some other ideas yesterday of how to do the booth, which, this may add another component to the booth. Just kind of sitting around and hanging out with everybody.
Yeah, so this, I know a lot of people probably have some reservations coming in doing the TOGA campfire that we do on Tuesday nights, but we talked about it yesterday, and this is sort of what we do in our campfires.
Pretty much, this is exactly it. We just
sit around,
talk about things.
If we get some new people in, man, we want them to come in, introduce themselves, let us know who they are, their background, and basically just have a good time, man. And, if you need a little stress relief, hey, dude, this right here is the place to do it. I guarantee you that when you come in, you're going to laugh, you're going to have a good time, and you're going to walk away with a better attitude. I'll guarantee that. It's helped a lot of EMS guys. We've got some great guys that stop in on a weekly basis. Sometimes we have anywhere between 500 and 600 years of experience in our room on Tuesday nights. And it's just awesome, man. It's awesome. Some stories we tell. Wildhide's over here kicking me. But in all seriousness, it is a good time, and we really enjoy getting together. Most of us look, forward to getting together on Tuesday night. Sometimes we'll text each other through the week and say, hey, I can't wait till Tuesday, or hey, I got this I'd like to talk about, or it's just kind of endless. And we also, we do our best to try to get together on Fridays, and that is permitting, that there's not something big going on, or a lot of our people are working on shift. But we do what we call a TOGA brunch. We usually do that on Fridays, typically around noontime, and we can vary that depending on schedules if we need to. But yeah, we typically try to meet like in the lower end, where we can catch some of our, Hamlin County, Knox County, Granger County type people. As one day we may have it in Hawkins County. We were looking to go on up into the Kingsport a little bit further, Colonial Heights area, so some of our upper end guys can get down and we can all get together, make it. We try to make it convenient for everybody. Is what we try to do. We also looked at doing a couple of field trips.
We are going to maybe try to do some field trips in the future.
And we've got one gentleman that is just a phenomenal. Gosh, I don't even know how to describe Art. I mean, he's
Art Bohannon. He is a big-time forensics guy. Absolute fantastic human being, great Christian. Is just an unbelievable mind. And hopefully, if we start actually doing TOGA time, may have to work on the name a little bit. But,
I know you don't have to wear robes either.
Yeah. Robes are not. We've already had that conversation with several people up here. Right? If you join, do you have to wear robes? And it's not that kind of thing. Maybe once.
Maybe in the initiation.
Yeah, maybe in the initiation. But we may get, start getting to. This may branch into something we do once a week or once a month or something like that. We had talked about, actually, I think we kind of started talking about doing a podcast when we started this, and this may be the gateway drug for our for our podcast.
Yeah.
There's so many interesting people up here that I would just love to get on here.
Oh yeah. If you'll notice, looking around the room, we're scanning for more victims.
Yeah, our Tourette's are not acting up or anything. It's just we're trying to scan and find people, and the people that we've already talked to, we kind of yelled at and said they would, are people that are doing stuff with the convention, so their time's very limited, and we'll have to just get as we can with them. But the fun part is going to find the unsuspecting people that we just grab and come sit down with us for a minute.
Absolutely.
Of course, I guess a lot of people that are normally.
Okay, I've got some people inquiring on what page here, so give me just a second, guys. I'm going to try to see if I can get us a link up. And
I think I put the link on. I shared it on my.
Okay, let me go to your
on my
post.
personal page. Oh, good Lord. I'm just watching the monitor over there. There's probably about a 10-minute lag, it looks like.
Good.
Apparently, my nose has been itching a lot.
Guys, I'm working on trying to get this switched over here.
Let's see if I'm able to.
Guys, bear with us a second. We're trying to get the link over to our Facebook page so you guys can follow here.
Rolo, I am going to copy the link and text message you with it.
Okay.
And see if we can go that way.
All right, for you guys out there watching, stand by this momentarily and we'll get that link up on my Facebook and TOGA page here.
I may be able to post it on the TOGA. I tried posting the link from my page. I think Rolo's going to try to also, so to the TOGA website, to the TOGA page.
All right, gentlemen.
Son, come on in.
Come
sit
on
down.
in. We got our next victim over here. Boy, this is going to be a treat for everybody here. Guys, this dude has been around ever since I can remember. Little bitty feller. Makes saw on the old fiddle really good. I'm going to introduce him here right quick and let him tell you a little bit about himself, which, man, his reputation precedes it, man. They just ain't know.
I don't know about that.
But hey, Mr. Weston Morgan, buddy.
Hey,
Good to see you,
everybody.
brother.
Good to see you. I'm Weston. I'm an old Hawkins County boy through and through. Waded a lot of blood with these two cats here. Had fun. So I'm currently a state chaplain for the TARS Association. Over here enjoying convention, and there's no tired like convention tired. So if I look a little droopy-eyed, that's why.
Yeah, I was telling you before you got here that we really appreciate your time because you guys are wide open with the convention and running your guts out. I know how from the outside it looks like this thing runs itself right up until you get to look behind the scenes and see what really happens. And there's 1,000 fires going on at one time that they have to put out.
There ain't no doubt.
It is a mad dog rush. We've got guys out here in the back blowing up lithium batteries. We've got them cutting cars. They've got tractors overturned. We got car wreck simulators out front. Yeah, it's a vast undertaking, but we have fun.
Weston, if you want to tell the folks where we're located at today and what we're representing.
So these guys are located here at the TARS convention in the vendor hall, and you don't have to be registered for convention to come over. So please come by, visit everybody, and sign up on this chat forum and get in there. I've had the opportunity to sit in with Rick Chapman a few times, and he's my EMS daddy. If y'all didn't know that, I hope he's on here and heard that. But it's a lot of fun. We tell a lot of stories, and we laugh a lot and cry sometimes too. There's every year at convention, there's always somebody missing. So
This year, unfortunately, we have more than normal.
Yeah, we've lost a lot of good people this year. A lot of good dear friends of ours.
Yeah, and please keep Bristol in your prayers. They had a line of duty death. Was yesterday or day before. I can't remember, but it's something all the time. As chaplain covering the whole state, you don't realize how big Tennessee is until you start going to funerals from one end of the state to the other. And it's a vast undertaking. I'll just be honest with you, but. I don't regret a mile. These guys are my heroes, and we're glad to honor them. And we're having the memorial service at 10 o'clock in the morning here in Pigeon Forge, right next door to the vendor hall. If y'all get a chance to come over, it's a humbling event. We have the bagpipers will be here. We have one of the top groups in bluegrass gospel music will be here. the Locust Ridge boys. And we have some young ladies coming from Hancock County to do the national anthem. And, yeah, so I think we got around 25 honorees this year, which is 25 too many. But shoot, we're just honored to do it. Honored to do it.
Yep.
And that was my EMS daddy that just called. So
he may be in the background.
Might be watching.
yeah, he might be messing with me. I don't know.
Brother in the sky is watching.
Yeah, if you're watching, I love you. But it's a pleasure to talk with you all. And I hate to run, but I've got to get back at it.
I got one more question for
Yes,
you,
sir.
Wilson. I understand you got a special treat for us tonight during fun night over here.
Oh, yes. So we're having our Honor Guard auction over here. So we auction everything off for the fundraiser. And everybody that plays an instrument of ours is supposed to bring their instrument and have a big jam session over here tonight. We'll see how many shows up, but we're definitely going to have picnic and granting tomorrow when the Locust Ridge boys roll in here. So, yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Come on over. We'll have fun. We'll treat you some ways you bound like one of them. So.
That's it. Wesley, thank you, brother, man.
Thank you all.
Appreciate you. Thank you for what you're doing, buddy. We love you, brother.
Hey,
Weston.
Hey, buddy. Send us some more people or what? All right.
How you doing today?
Good, you all?
Oh, doing great. Great.
You too,
Thanks,
my
sir.
friend.
You too.
So, just if y'all ever wondered how hard it is to put on a convention and how much work goes on behind it, you could just and thank you, Weston, for giving us 5 or 10 minutes of your time. I know you're really strapped today.
Yes, absolutely.
You could just tell by how tired he was. He's usually very peppy and very,
Yes.
these guys have worked their guys and girls.
Oh, let's go find old Ricky. Oh, you got the admin, I think.
Oh, do I?
Yep.
I don't even know it's still on.
How y'all just say, Ricky? We'll get you in here, brother.
I didn't realize. I thought. Oh, I did take the admin.
Yeah.
Let me switch back.
Oh, here he is.
I forgot. I took it back there. That I don't have the doorbell on, so we can't hear people coming in and out.
Ricky, what's up, brother?
Well, some of us got to work for a living. We don't get to go.
That's just crazy. Yeah.
Ain't no future in that, buddy.
That's right. I've been watching you live here, and I set myself up in the waiting room, and if I told me, said, "I'm sorry, I ain't putting you on, brother." That's what it said.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I had the admin if these people waiting, and what had happened, Rick, was we forgot all of our cables and everything, so we have had to I wish people could see. Can you? No, I don't want. I'm afraid to. We don't want to pull it out. But we have one thing bouncing from one thing to another thing to a monitor. It's the most jerry-rigged thing that I think I've ever done. But it's working right now, and we're scared to death to touch anything.
It's East Tennessee
But I'd had to
engineering.
take over. I'd had to take chat back, and so are you able to watch it on the live stream?
Been watching. I can't do both at the same time because I just got my phone with me, not my tablet. But
It's hard to tell what the lag is.
yeah, I could tell it was a little bit of a lag, and I didn't get to see. I called Weston when he was on there, and
Yeah, he said that you were calling him when he said, "Oh, there's Rick now."
yeah, and I seen all that, but I called him before, and it took probably a minute or so, I guess, before he called me back, and I don't know if I'm on live or not, but
You're on. You're on. You're on Zoom live right now.
You guys need to get on to understand what it's like on Tuesday nights. That's basically what I want to say. I know there's a lot of folks that, I've talked to and stuff over the years, and we all go through it. We just don't know we go through it sometimes, and like right now is a good time. I know Weston was talking about Brandon Clausen, that had an event this morning, and another. That's kind of what this is all about. They help each other. That's pretty. Know as well as anybody that we walk community here recently. We have what this thing started out of. And, guys, everybody in TOGA is our brother, and we all know that whenever we get off every night, love you, brother.
Oh yeah.
That really is.
Well, and I know we've all talked about it, and just in case somebody does come by this by YouTube by some happenstance.
Even later, even after this thing's over with and this is later, if they see it 2 or 3 days, hope soon, because the sooner you get in here, the more fun you're going to have. And it's like you guys said a while ago, we all laugh together and cry together. And we all experience the same thing. So, good thing to do. So, are we recruiting a lot of possible members over there this weekend? Are we recruiting new members? Maybe?
I'm sorry, Rick. Your volume was just a little bit low, buddy. Sorry about that.
Are we possibly recruiting some new members over there this weekend?
Yeah. We've actually we've interviewed 3, 4 people now so far.
3 and got two in the wings. That's going to come as soon as they get a chance. And
So,
whoever we can catch just walking by.
Great.
And Weston's taken us around and introduced us to a lot of the state officers and some of the higher ups in here. So we've made some really good contacts this weekend with people, and I feel like it's kind of starting to get the word out a little bit.
Right. Well, it's just like Sam that's in there with us. And when I went on vacation, you get to actually meet him. That was a high. Get to meet the art that you guys are talking about. And Taylor that I've got to meet. Now we talk quite often, and I know he talks to you guys quite often and everything, and that helps him being retired. And you've got a lot of guys that's young into the business that's got in, and they really enjoy it and stuff. And we've got PA, we've got all kind of stuff. The group,
We've got quite a vast bunch of people. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Russ.
So,
maybe getting Russ.
I just want to jump on right quick and say, it's a thing to where that no matter what part of public safety or medical field or whatever you're in, I think TOGA is a good thing, and I think it may help somebody.
Absolutely, Rick. I know you're a busy guy, man. He's paramedic, deputy coroner, so he's got a lot of things going on. And man, we really appreciate you coming on here and trying to, get the word out for us and stuff, and Lord knows we go back, feels like 100 years some days.
It's kind of odd. We've all knew each other for 30 years or 40 years, but never really got tight, I would say, with each other until about the last year. And I'm telling you, this thing it's helped my mentality as far as things go 110%.
Yep.
And we've all helped each other through some times this year. We've had some times this year already. Well, I guess we're in October now. But.
Yeah. Just like you, Rod. You met a few of the guys that's kind of closer to me and work with me, and you guys are tight, and they think the world of you and Rolo and everything. And of course, Rolo knew it as well. But be safe, and I'm going to get off here and get back to the business. Okay.
All right, guys.
All right, brother.
Rick, thank you, brother. We love you, man.
Love you guys.
So you take care.
I'm hoping that comes through. It should, yeah. I hope so.
Well, that was a nice little
That
treat.
was an interesting. Yeah.
Getting to see old Ricky there.
Yeah, if anybody has tried to get into the chat or to the TOGA meeting or to the Zoom and's been left in the waiting room, I do apologize. I didn't realize that my account, which was we're having over here to bounce off of, had the admin thing. So we've got it back on Rollo's computer now, which we're using for the camera. So hopefully that'll. If anybody pops on here, just.
And if it's any of our regular TOGA guys, man, you can.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Here, I think we're getting ready to have. This looks like the Rick getting ready to come on the live stream here. Uh-oh.
Guys, in case you're wondering what we're looking at, we've got a monitor, big TV monitor set up over here beside of us, and there's actually a lag from what you're seeing here.
Yes.
Up into to the TV monitor over here. So Rick Chapman just joined us just a few moments ago, and now he's just popping up on the monitor screen that everybody here in the convention center is able to see. So anyway, as I was saying, if any of our other TOGA members that usually join us on Tuesday nights, if any of you guys want to jump in here and talk for just a minute, kind of let everybody else know, what you think about our Tuesday night meetings, man, feel free to. And if we happen to miss you trying to come in, just text one of us there, and we'll be sure and let you in, because we can't really hear the doorbell once somebody enters the waiting room. So we're kind of scanning the room for our next victim. Maybe it'll want to sit down and talk with us.
Enter victim.
Yeah, if any of you guys are out here in the hallway, or outside, or up in your hotel room, if y'all want to get interviewed or come down to say hi, man, come on by the booth. We'd love to have you.
And if it appears that we're doing this by the seat of our pants, we are. This was not planned by any stretch of the imagination. It was talked about, but not planned. So now we're so deep into it, we're just going to ride the train to see where it goes off the tracks. And then we'll probably just keep riding to see where the train ends up after the train.
That's it.
Here comes Rusty. Rusty's making his way. And I apologize. I keep wiping my nose. I apparently have some post-nasal drip. I was going to talk to that one guy that came up here just a second ago, but I didn't know if he was wanting to talk or just watching.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't know for sure.
You going to hang out for the fun night? Or are you going to go back home?
I'm going to go back home later, but yeah, I'm going to hang out a while. Actually, if you're seeing this, I'm trying to get that link over to you, or if you've got Rawhide's Facebook, you should be able to jump on it on that way as well too. Somehow I've lost that post.
Rusty!
Rawhide's trying to get us a new victim over here.
Rusty.
There you sir.
Come on, boy, you up to sleep, Mr. Williams.
Sit down and
What y'all about?
let's see.
I'm gonna let you do this
All
interview.
right. Boys and girls, we have a treat. We have an OG of rescue with us, Mr. Rusty Williams. Rusty, tell us about yourself.
I'm old.
I feel your pain, brother.
Yeah, we feel it.
I've been in the squad since about 41, 42 years. Started in 84, Newport Rescue
Newport
Squad.
Rescue Squad. Yes.
Have been most officers in the Newport Squad, including captain. Have been officers in the state association, including president.
I was going to say you've been state president.
Yeah.
And was training coordinator for years.
Yeah, several years after Morris.
I was going to say you took it after Morris.
Yeah,
didn't you?
yeah.
That shows you how old school Rusty is. So I guess you would be. Were they? And I'm showing my ignorance here. Was there a state coordinator before Morris?
Nope.
I was going to say. So you was the second state coordinator.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
So
awesome.
for those who may not be know what the state coordinator for rescue squads is there's a lot of traveling involved with it.
Last year I was coordinator. I was out of town for 27 weekends.
27 weekends, and it's still just, from what I understand, probably just as bad. But you trained everybody. You did a lot of train-the-trainer stuff, I would guess, right? And
at that time, TAR's done all the training, and I don't want to take nothing away from what they're doing now, but they've got a lot of associates that are doing training.
I was going to say, it was still kind of in the, when rescue squad still did all the rescue before fire got real involved with it. I was trying to remember where I actually met you at the first time. I know it was when I was just a little kid, yeah.
You know how it is.
So I know you're state president, Region 1 president.
Yeah.
You do vice president, because that's the way it used to be. It was like did Region 1 vice president and state.
And I kind of short bust my way in. I was Region 1 vice president 1 year, and next year run for state vice. And then in 2 years, I guess, I run for president. And luckily, or unluckily, God,
I was going to say,
how you look
depends
at
on how you, because that is, and I keep telling people, and I've said this with the guys that's around that talk to us that's doing the convention, those jobs and those titles seem so fun outside looking in. People don't realize the 2 o'clock in the morning calls that you get. You never get a 2 o'clock in the morning call going, hey, your guys have just been doing so good. I just wanted to call you up at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, y'all doing a damn good job. But you guys also have to deal at the state level when you stay with everything bad that happens in the state. I mean, it always comes to your table, I would guess.
And I still get calls. Something funky goes on in West Tennessee. A lot of the old guys still call me.
I'm sure, yeah.
And let me know, man, we was on education last night, 2.5 hours to get somebody else. What are we doing wrong? And they start telling you details, and you start giving, the best of your ability.
Right.
Well, you done everything right. Some education just takes.
It's those things that just don't, absolutely nothing goes right, and it ain't nothing you did wrong or right. It's just nature of the beast. But I guess rescue, and I'm just throwing stuff out there
You're fine.
because we didn't plan any of this. I would think that when you become after Morris, that almost started the modernization of extrication. It used to be just now Morris was big on hand tools. If you went through one of Morris's classes and you didn't know how to use hand tools, you did by the time you got there. Man, things have changed so much now with the tools that are available.
Yep.
But I guess it really started modernizing during the time that you were.
And I trained under Morris. And Morris was the kind of guy.
Morris was a love-hate guy.
You had two opinions. Either you loved him or you hated him. And a lot of people done both. And I had done that. You know, I hated Granny Walk on and I loved everything he did.
I did a thing up here a couple of years ago. I was supposed to do a bus wreck thing, bean station bus wreck, and I didn't do a thing on the bus wreck. I was talking about old times and stuff, and I was talking about Morris Simpson. The first time I got to meet Morris was my cousin was a captain of bean station, and I was 14 years old, and he, didn't have anybody. He said, "You want to run up to the convention?" Was up at the Grand. And so you want to go to the captain unit director's meeting with me? And I was like, well, yeah, I want to go to the captain unit director's meeting with you. So, at kind of 14, I got a peek behind the curtain. I didn't know, what anything was. I just got, but we're sitting there, and I forget who all, the state officers did their thing. And man, suddenly there was like 2 bolts of lightning shot out of the western sky. And this little humpback man was riding in on them, jumped off of them, delivered about a 5-6 minute butt chewing, got back on the lightning bolt and run off. And I got looking, and Morris J. Simpson, and I was like, state training? How the hell? This man is like, it's God, Jesus, Morris Simpson. And somehow he decided he liked me for some reason. And nobody told me just because Morris liked you, excluded you from any Morris J. Simpson but you.
No.
And when we did extrication instructor school, he decided that I was going to be one of the captains for the first evolution. I didn't get 5 seconds into it. That old man was up my hind end. And I was like, damn, man, I thought you liked me. And he's like, I got you remember it next time, won't you? I think he kind of started the whole carrying axes around and cribbing.
I've seen people in class with a pickaxe sitting down the back of their coat. And I even seen somebody with a power pack taped to their back.
It wouldn't surprise me if anything that Morris could do.
And he'd mash your fingers in a heartbeat. Doing cribbing, if you put a finger on top, he'd be standing over you with a 2x4. He'd smack the piss out of you.
But I'm telling you, he was. I guess they call it polarizing today. He was. You never heard anybody go, "Oh, Morris, he's a good guy," or "He's an okay guy." You never heard that. It was either that little, or he's the God of all rescue.
And he was so smart.
Oh, he was.
I mean, it was just amazing. You're vehicle extrication instructor. You'd get up and give a speech, 5-minute speech to see how you done in front of a crowd. And it didn't matter what you talked about. He knew something about it.
He knew something about it, yeah.
I mean, if it was splunking, if it was caving, if it was roping, if it was rodeoing, if it was water, it didn't matter what it was. He knew something about it. Or he was the greatest bullshitter I've ever seen.
I was going to say, yeah, he could probably a little bit of both, to be honest.
I think so.
Man, I'd like to remember go back to when Morris actually joined the rescue squads. I would guess he was probably one of the
his EMT
number.
His EMT number was 205.
Wow!
And it was that high because he taught.
He taught the first. I was going to say, yeah, he taught like
before he got it.
Yeah, because I remember the old orange book that EMTs had. He was like. It was like Morris Simpson was like listed as one of the primary contributors and writers.
Him and Harvey Grant, and Harvey used to come to the conventions, and him and Morris would get knocked down dragouts, whether to move a vehicle or not move a vehicle or what to do. Him and Harvey Grant had some hellacious fights at conventions.
These, and this is the first convention that I've been to in probably. I mean, I was up here a couple years ago just to do the talk, but it's amazing at the new faces, and there's the faces that I remember are different faces then, and like me, I mean, I've aged, and some of the folks that are, like you, and I seen Joe Arnold a few months ago. Joe Arnold to me when I was a younger squadron was like, if you had a Mount Rushmore, it would be him, probably Ron, Morris, Ron Bird, and not Ron Bird, John Bird.
Yeah.
And it's what I got off on the tangent when I was doing that little thing up here a couple of years ago. I was telling myself, it's hard for me to look out of the eyes now and not see those people. I was like, those, the people I'm talking about are now like you, legends in rescue squad. People that are only it's like John. We was talking about John Bird. I would give anything that young folks could have met John Bird or Jim Pike in their heyday. But it's that I guess that's the sad part about it. But unfortunately, Father Time's the undefeated champion. It gets all of us. But so when we was talking about the modernization of vehicle rescue and extrication and taking it to the other level or the next level. I guess you were probably one of the ones you started the. Did you have the trailer yet, or was that during you? Did you
Morris had an old box truck.
Okay.
He had an old ton truck with about a 12, 14-foot box on it, and that was the training truck. Well, the truck died.
It's seen its better days.
It had seen its better days. It wasn't a great truck to start with. But the old truck died, and they took the box off of it, and they bought a little Freightliner single axle truck somewhere or another, and they mounted that box on it. So that was the only truck we had. After I got coordinator, we wound up with a 30-foot gooseneck and a ton truck to pull it with, pickup truck. And if I didn't have to have everything, I had a ton truck to run around in, pickup truck. And we, I looked at that little big 30-foot gooseneck trailer and thought, how in the world are we going to fill this thing up with tools? We need it full.
And not any time it was full.
It was overrun, and in a matter of a few years, we had to buy a bigger trailer, a 40-foot trailer. And that's actually the trailer they've got now.
Is it the same trailer still yet? Well, it's definitely got the.
It's full.
It's got the.
Brian has done a great job on getting vendors and stuff to come up and help him put tools on the trailer. We done some of that.
I was going to say, I can remember back in the day, and I'm not even going to try to remember the company, but it was a Hearst affiliate, I think, wasn't it?
We had some Hearst on there, and we had a Phoenix, Tom
Phoenix
with MES.
I forgot about the Phoenix.
But and that's a Tennessee-made tool. Phoenix
Phoenix I didn't
was.
know that.
I think they're out of business now, but at the time they were a Tennessee-made tool made down in St. Joseph, Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, and Tom was with them, and he started putting tools on the trailer, and that was great. I mean, we had tools to work with on the trailer to do several, and the way we had several scenarios going at the same time. And when Morse done it, he done everything pretty much himself. He might have somebody drive the truck or something, but he would do all the teaching.
I was going to say, even I think at one time, didn't they, and I'm trying to stretch my mind out here a little bit, didn't he make like coordinators at one time?
He did.
To kind of, but he was still at every class.
At a college class, he was the honcho. He won pulling all the strings and done all the doing, done the teaching. He had coordinators to help him, and the coordinator's basic job was to help keep the basic education instructors across the state
All on one page,
And
all
on
singing
one
from
page, yeah.
singing from the same page.
And if there was a class in your neighborhood, he would expect you to come and help him, with what you could. Help do with the paperwork and help take care of things, but more's done the teaching.
We're talking about the trailer and getting the equipment. When coming from Bean Station, the squad I was at, we didn't have all them tools. So that actually give us, that's what I always liked about having that trailer, is it give us the chance that we would never have got
To see and work with
to
tools
see and
we
work
never
with
had.
tools we never had, and to see what we needed to try to get. I don't think I'd ever used a ram until I went to one of the trailer classes. Hey, Matt Wilder's on. We're actually doing we've had pieces together. If this is ever a rescue squad thing, this setup is a rescue squad thing because we've got like one
Pull it out of
computer
your
talking
back.
to another computer talking to something else on a TV screen. So it's just, but that was one thing that I really liked about the trailer idea, is it give people like us that didn't have anything the chance to lay hands on a tool that we would probably never
And
get.
that's one thing that I tried to incorporate in is, everybody don't have the same tools. Everybody don't have high-dollar rounds or rescue jacks or the rounds you're talking about. Everybody don't have these fancy tools. And we always taught, Marshtown is a great example. Instead of a rescue jack, they use a 4x4 with a hole drilled in the
Hole
bottom
drilled
of it
into it,
and an eyeball in it.
And that just showed the whole. And I'm not saying
Ingenuity.
anything about today's time. I catch myself doing that all the time. Back when we did it, but we didn't really have money to do stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So, we took what we had. I mean, our cribbing in Bean Station was old 4x4 lumber that somebody gave us, and we cut the best parts out of it to make
whatever.
Gentlemen, how's it going out there?
How you doing, Matt?
I'm good. I'm stuck on the runway in Montana. Thought I'd hop on here and see how y'all was.
Well,
Hey, we're doing good, man.
The train's still on the track for now, but it's tilting hard.
Well, it slides every once in a while.
I was about to ask you. You look like you was in an airplane.
Yeah, I'm stuck in somewhere north of Bozeman. I'm supposed to be landing, and the fog's too bad, so we're stuck on here for a little while.
Oh yeah, he's Bozeman. He's up there with those rich people.
Oh yeah.
Well,
you can't
you can't hide money.
I'm a paramedic. I ain't making no big money. You boys know that.
Something, and this is not even rescue related.
Yeah, we had
your farm.
Ricky jump on a little bit earlier. Talk to us.
The jam thing.
Yeah, he hollered at me and said y'all was trying to do some
River Jam.
We've had several.
We've been trying to snag a few victims here and there to interview here and there. So,
well, that's good. That's good.
And I was lucky with my dad and uncle on the farm, and real lucky
with some of the reviewers on here, you care to just tell us just a quick brief of who you are and where you came from?
Probably worked farm rescue.
My name's Matt Wilder.
Got its legs. Yeah.
Churchill EMS in
real farm rescue place. And you might have a tractor trailer. You might have a hay baler. You might have this. And things in our farm, we would help recruit from the grain and hay and grain storage and barns and tobacco. We done everything there, and we had so much.
For a lot of you guys out there don't know it, me and Matt has worked together for a lot of years, both in flight communications and been good friends and stuff. And he's a faithful member of our TOGA Tuesday night.
Yeah, 29 drugs.
So,
Wow.
guys, this is basically what TOGA is. And we would love for you guys to join us on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. You can follow our website. And it'll take you. The link will take you right to our meeting on Tuesday nights, and we'd love to have you. Matt's
so great.
On there with us, man. We have a blast on it, man.
Yeah, we have a good time and kind of dive into some stuff that each one of us may have on our minds.
Looking and going.
All of us, and we have a good time doing it. So.
But then,
absolutely,
like I said, I see you.
Rolo, I'm gonna hop off here and hop back in the clouds, buddy.
Hey, buddy. It was good to see you, man. Take care. Be some safe travels. Love you,
It
brother.
just makes your mind flood back, especially me, because I was a kid. So all these people were just so iconic in my life. I mean, Ronnie Redwine, and like you said, Ron Smith, uh, Vernon DeBoer. It's just those are the people that shaped my mind and rescue, and then got to meet Morris Simpson.
And Morris.
Hey, speaking of coordinator to coordinator, have a seat, sit down, talk with us. By the way, we're talking to Brian Robinson, the illustrious Brian Robinson. We're live.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
My probation officer doesn't know I'm here.
do what?
He says probation officer.
Hey, we'll change your name to Robbie Bryson.
Tony was my alleged.
Tony, come back and talk to us, man.
I would, but I gotta get back on.
All right, brother.
Jim Williamson. Another past president.
That's it's kind of funny. Brian run off. I forgot what I was talking about now. But what I was talking about. And I guess you can probably remember before them. Who was when you first got in the squads? Who was the guys then?
Joe run for president twice.
Yeah, he run and set out for a while and then come back. Yeah. There was several years there that it seemed to bounce between Vernon, Ronnie Redwine. Hey, brother.
You ain't gonna say that?
Yes, sir.
Not because I'm a greatness, because I hadn't seen you in 18 years. I'm good. I thought that was you over here.
Pull up the seat and talk to us.
Oh, I'm good. We're just kind of hanging around doing our thing here.
Introduce just for the people.
Jim Williamson here is past president of the
Jim?
association.
Hey, dude, just to let you know, we're live streaming on YouTube, just in case,
Okay.
probation
Jim,
officer.
come on, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Probation is too low. I'm on parole. I got out of the state.
Well, an indictment's not a conviction. That's what I always tell you.
Plausible denied.
That's it.
There you go.
Denied.
Rusty, introduce or tell us about.
Jim Williamson from Obion County is a past president of the association, longtime member. Good. Haven't seen him in a while. Good to see him here.
You too, buddy.
Region
Region
West
4.
Tennessee guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Way
Awesome.
west.
Well, thank you for stopping by and
appreciate
visiting with us.
Come
We
by,
appreciate
sit
it.
down,
I'll do it.
shoot the breeze, and tell us how it used to, how it was.
Let's see.
Brother, you know I love you, right?
Love you too, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate you.
You too.
See, that's what we're trying to do.
Guys, this is what TOGA is all about right here. Old friends, seeing each other, staying in touch.
I mean, and I know
This
you
is
got
TOGA right here.
I got choked up just listening to you talk to. So he obviously was way too humble to probably talk about his exploits. Tell us a little bit about it.
He's a good guy. Like I said, Obion County is from up in
He was like he is about as far west as you can get till you're east
They
again.
was one county between them and the Mississippi River. They're on Reelfoot Lake.
Mm.
One of my favorite
Nice.
places.
Yeah.
Yeah, fishing with Rolo goes for real foot quite a bit.
But good people. Him, his wife, and two little boys, and they're grown now. And one I know is married, if not both of them. And it's amazing. You come to these conventions, and young people come up and introduce themselves. And I played with them under the tables, when they was kids.
That's one thing I did enjoy whenever I started traveling a little bit. Getting to know people in like Region 3 and Region 4 who you only see at conventions. Of course, conventions used to bounce back and forth a little bit, so you kind of got more people, I guess, maybe from Region 3 and 4. What are they still just 4 regions? Yeah, Region 1, 2, 3, 4. But, once you got talking to them, it's like the same rodeo, just or different horses, same rodeo, just different horses. Everybody had the same
When I
set of
got
problems.
into this, I thought Newport's always screwed up the quad in the state. Yeah, I thought it was just Newport.
Yeah.
And I started traveling with the officers and going to these different places. We got the same freaking problems they got in West Tennessee.
Well, and that's something I always loved about the state officers. Whenever it was region meeting time or convention, is how they did the travels. And I know that was a hardship because everybody. It ain't like you was paid people to do that. That was you probably took vacation time and sick time and everything to do that, and start from region one to across the state. It's just. But I love getting to meet. I think the first person that I ever actually got to meet and got to know from another region, except for like two, because we was on the borderline a bit, was Johnny Cummins and Kent Wadley and all those guys. And I think I seen
Kent's here
earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know if Kent really remembers me or not. Are you up here? Or are you going back here?
No, I'm here.
We may finagle Ken after a while if we can find him and get him. I'd like to get a bunch of old presidents and stuff. This is honestly, dude. I had not planned on doing any of this, and I am absolutely flipping giddy.
This is awesome.
Of course, I love this man to death. He probably taught me 90% of the stuff I know in rescue, if not more than that. Hard but fair. That's what you got to be.
Absolutely.
So we don't get killed. Remember that. If you have a hard instructor, they ain't trying to be pissy to you. They just trying to keep you from getting killed.
Right.
Or killing somebody else in the worst case scenario.
And how about Morris and being hard? We had an instructor class in Morristown. And I don't know if I'd been helping Morris much or what, but I was in the class. I don't know if that was my instructor class or if I was there after the fact. Anyhow, it was 100 degrees in the shade. And then we were
full turnout gear from the time you got on the ground to the time you left.
And I knew better than to ask Morris. I went to my truck and I took liner out my gear and put it in the truck. And I'd been working for an hour or two like that, without my liner in, and it wouldn't just a little while. And
he caught you.
I know some genius come up and said, "Did we all take our liner out?" And Morris had a Morris Simpson counterpart.
Complete utter meltdown. Level.
Take their liner out of here and just get the hell out of my class.
Yeah,
there you
go. Level 99, complete meltdown.
Oh my God, you idiot! I had to go back to the truck, put my liner back in my gear, and away we went.
That's what got me whenever I did the instructor class. We didn't have. I kind of started hanging out with the guys in Morristown. That's how I got kind of. And we didn't have an instructor in Granger County at the time, the whole county. And they had one spot left. And the one they used to, whenever they did it down at Murfreesboro. And for some reason, no man thought of me. And of course, we didn't have Facebook and everything back then. You had to call somebody to call somebody to call somebody. And I think it's Jamie Heston, or maybe it may have even been Vernon called me and said, "Hey, Morris has one spot open," and said, "You need somebody from Granger County." And I was just too stupid to say no, But I was like, "Hey, Morris, my buddy, But it's probably been a couple of years down the line. God Almighty, when he eat my hind end, I was like, God, man, I thought he was. And everybody was like, just call Morris likes you, don't mean. And I have that left a burnt image in my head just because you're my friend. Don't need it. If you do something wrong, I don't need it. Yeah, I'm still gonna call you. Yeah. But the world has changed so much than how it used to be. And again, I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just life. It happens. I understand that. The older I get, the more I guess I understand that. But it befuzzles me to think of the people that come way before us, like Jimmy Peters in the 50s. How they did everything. Ambulances. Of course, they wasn't a lot of vehicle extrication back then is just get them out the best way you could. But you know, and morphed into what it is today. And I mean, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but I think we're on an arc. You know, we went from nothing to the top of the mountain. And unfortunately, when you get to the top of the mountain, there's only
one way to go.
only one way to go.
Absolutely.
And it's just evolution. It's one of those things that had to change. And unfortunately, with change, a lot of times comes hard feelings. And I've been there. I've had every hard feeling probably that could be, and I know you probably have too because things happen. But you know, time seems to kind of heal things a little bit.
It does. It
I,
does.
I am probably, and I don't mean to put words in your mouth by any stretch of imagination, but I would guess there was probably sometimes you just did not even think about coming to a convention. You could have probably been beat to death, and you know, have your choice: get beat to death or come to the convention, and you took get beat to death.
The first year, I didn't think a whole lot about it, that I was coordinator. And I had a fight schedule the weekend before convention. And after that convention, I thought, golly, what in the world was I thinking?
What in the name of sweet baby Jesus have I got myself into?
I mean, you need a month to prepare for this because then we done competition. We
I
done
didn't
big.
realize they didn't do competition anymore.
You can't get nobody to
Well,
participate.
when I was up here a couple of years ago, they had days like I think maybe
Well,
two
COVID
people.
kind of
COVID, it really
screwed
it
everything.
put a hardship on everything. It changed.
Yeah.
It changed everything. Yeah. But I couldn't imagine trying to do all that during this weekend.
I mean, one year we had about 28 teams compete in vehicle education. And that's 28 30-minute sections that you
Yeah.
had people
Right.
compete. So, I mean,
And you had to have people judge, and you had to have people, you know.
and you can't make everybody happy. Everybody's
No, if you make one
always
person, you make one team happy, you piss 10 people, 10 teams off.
Yeah.
But you know, something else I forgot about too, John. My mind's showing. You know, Rusty, back when we was talking about the evolution or the modernization, you know, Tennessee did a lot of the other state trains. You know, you can probably speak a lot more on that than I can think of. But I know Virginia, Kentucky, Alabama. Y'all got a big relationship with Alabama at one time, didn't you?
We go down there every year for their convention and do classes. Alabama Rescue Squad relied on their fire college to do most of the training, and that's where they had to go to get their training. So a lot of guys from Alabama come up here to our training, to the rescue college. But we would go down there. We went down there several years in a row to their convention and done like a school bus class. We done extrication instructors.
I think that may still be alive today because I think a couple of years ago when I was here, the entire slate of Alabama Rescue Squad officers, state officers, were here at the convention.
They're here today.
Are they?
There's
there you go.
several of the officers here. I don't know how many. All of them are here. I don't know that, but I did see 4 or 5 of them at one time asking them for a place for them to meet at.
I'm going to talk to Shannon and maybe who the president. Will they elect the president today or tomorrow?
Today.
I may, if we stay here, I may try to live stream some of the banquet tomorrow night. Like I said, we're just now beginning to learn how to do this. Well, I ain't even going to say we've learned how to do this because saying that we've learned how to do this is stretching the word learned way too much.
We're tested.
But when we first started this little TOGA group that we're at, grab some stuff. I'd love to have you come on one night and talk to us.
Yeah.
I'd love to have you on every Tuesday night. We get on from 8. We do a Zoom from 8 to 10. Well, 8 to 10 is when we shoot for it. But we went to 1 o'clock in the morning before. Just, you know, how bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry. We're going to have to get an edit box so we can just go back and edit. God knows. Because when I get on the roll, I forget. I talk like I'm a on leave sailor that ain't been on land in 6 years.
I'm getting better at that. But
I'm-
I still ain't slept sometimes.
When I get in my worst trouble, it's when I get telling a tale or not paying attention, and I'll just be effing this and effing that, and people in the background going, and I'm like,
What?
I'll tell people if I do something now, I'm like, I will go ahead and say I'm sorry. I apologize. Whatever institute that I'm talking on, or I'm speaking at is not, they are not responsible for my language. Don't yell at them. I'm a big boy. If I piss you off, come to me when I'm over. But, God, what I was even. Oh, but that's why we started this, and it really touched me whenever y'all shook hands and exchanged and got emotional. I'm like, dude, we do that almost on a weekly basis on our TOGA campfire. And we didn't even, this was not even a plan. This wasn't even a thought. But yesterday, because you know how when you do stuff, and whenever you're a coordinator and stuff, your mind gets messing with you when you're doing stuff you wasn't. Am I doing? Is this just? Are we just spinning our wheels? Is this making a difference? But it does. It's little steps.
Yeah.
And even coming up here, I stopped and ate with a friend of mine and was talking to her about it, and she kind of smacked me in the head and said, "Yeah, y'all just keep doing little steps." And all day yesterday, we had little trickles of people in and out. But at the end of it, we had maybe 5 or 6 people.
Yep.
Yeah, and just telling tales and telling stories. And I told Rolo when we left, I was like, "That's it. That's our niche right there." And I don't even know how we started talking to people. CH.
Yep.
We got CH. Me and Rolo sitting over here bull crapping on this. So we got CH to come over, and then she come on, and I'm like, I'm just going to start yelling. I'm just going to start running around finding people.
Hey, come here.
And I got West, and then bumped into you walking out to the truck, which we passed each other, and we said hello to, hey, how are you? And it's probably been 10 years.
Or long.
Well, no, I tell you, the last time I seen you was at that ham fest, and that was at least 7 or 8 years
Oh,
ago.
wow.
And
That's awesome.
I didn't even know he was a ham radio operator. We just happened to bounce into each other at a radio thing.
Yeah.
But he walked by and somebody grabbed him and I heard his voice. And I'm like, Rusty? And he turned around and he's like, damn, you're half of what you used to be.
Where'd Rusty
Yeah.
go?
That's
And
awesome.
I was like, hey, will you come back here and talk to us? Because, Rusty's the OG for so it just I'm like a 14-year-old kid again, sitting here talking, doing this.
Yeah, it's been great.
And I mean, there's, back, and I didn't have a lot to do with vendors and stuff like that back in the day. But I mean, you had like, what was it, the Hearst dealer, Chattanooga? Who was there? There was only one place that sold Hearst back in the day. Harless. You had them here. You may have had.
There was a big T-shirt guy when he come in the door.
Yeah.
And
But I mean, my God, just sitting here looking, I see, I don't know, what was you over talking to that guy, Mingo, with the antenna stuff?
I was looking at him. I don't know what all that is.
I don't either. I might have to go talk to him on the phone, see what it is. But I mean, you have all these, especially tools.
5 or 6 different kinds of rescue tools.
Yeah. And this whole new battery operator, I know it's probably like you. I cut my teeth on a 32A. Like,
72 pounds.
Use it. Well, not to be any feminist or any, use a man if you grabbed hold of them back in the day.
72 pounds on a 32A.
Oh, yeah. I remember it well.
And had maybe a 10-foot hose to the. If you was lucky, you may have an extension hose that you could get somewhere.
I hope that didn't bust.
Yeah.
An old 2-stroke motor.
And you couldn't. I was going to say. And then you could tell when you were stretching it because that motor would be going. It's like, oh, you better let off of it. It's going to, something's going to give. Then you let off of it, you catch its breath, and be like, "Dang, dang, 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 dang." We was working a wreck and bean station one night, and we're sitting there cutting the door off, and I kept feeling, looking around, and there's this guy trying to steal the power pack. He was like dragging it. I was like, somebody go get him. He's about to kill all of us here. But yeah, that's
Probably the hottest I've ever been at a wreck. We had a little car, 2 people in it, meet a milk truck in a little old crooked bridge on the side of Perth, head on. And man, it's hot. On Sunday, and it's hot. Good gracious! But that's probably the hottest I ever been at a wreck. I mean, I got so sick that I
you know, people that don't do this or do that, do extrication and safety and stuff like that, they don't realize how hot you get and how cold you get.
Yeah.
And we got this saying. Sorry, kind of got sidetracked there a little bit.
I understand.
Shoot, I completely lost my train of thought. Where was I going with that?
How hot?
How hot? Oh, one of the things that we've got talking about, we're trying to, and I know you come from kind of the same call we do. We're trying to kind of break the ice with mental health. Absolutely. Because, I know you got demons in your head and stuff that you've seen over the years, like me and like Rolo, like anybody that's done this in 5 minutes. And one of the things that one of the guys come up with one night is, we get up in the middle of the night to go help somebody we don't know, probably will never know, but yet we won't take 5 minutes to take care of it. And it was truly coming up during our time is we were truly to suck it up. If it bothers you, then you don't need to be doing it. You need to find something else to do. And it's messed all of us up, on some level. I told somebody
top of Rocky Top one day.
So you're
And without going into big details, guy got cut in 2. I mean, cut in half. Part of him was still in the truck. Part of him was outside there. And I said, we come off the hill, off the Rocky Top that day. I was an old guy driving with me. Rocky Top. The ridge Rocky Top.
Over, okay. Yeah, I know where you're talking about. On the mountain, yeah.
But we come off the mountain, and the old guy with me, I said, we can't be right in the head. I said, go home from a call like this and go to sleep tonight. I said, we all can't be right in the head. And can't be.
And unfortunately, with me, I mean, about 5 years ago, I had a complete mental breakdown. I mean, just my cup runs over, and I still, there's times my cheese don't even come close to being on my crack. But it's just you don't understand it until it's too late. Nowadays, or well, our people don't. I am so glad now that the new guys and gals that are coming in, that there's starting to be a built-in mental health component to kind of let you know if you're getting too.
We and I implemented it in our club years ago. So it's kind of petered out now. It's not done as much. But every Tuesday night at our business meeting, we would critique calls that we had run during the week before, the week prior, and what went right, what went wrong, does anybody need help with somebody?
Right.
We'd have a little critique and see how things went. And I think that really helped. I done that while I was captain, and it's kind of got away from it now.
Well, it is, Rusty, and what we've noticed too is we'll be sitting around like this or on there, and we'll be joking about something, but we're not joking about it.
No.
We may be joking about
We're trying to get it out.
But I may be talking about something that I didn't realize that what was going on in my head that was going on in everybody's head. It's just we don't want to take that Superman suit off and let people see that. And and it's nothing special that I seen or I did. It's just time after time you get it just builds up. My crazy dog, as I love to call him, he told me, he's like, stress and stuff like that is a lot like having a coffee. You pour your coffee cup up, and that's any stress going in your body. When it gets full, it's going somewhere, and it's just how you manage it depends on where it goes. And it took me a long time to get to the point of being able to talk to people. But I got noticing the more I talk, it opens people up.
Hello, what's up? I've been sitting at my booth. I'm like, I gotta walk around. I'm Cookie. Nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm Rolo.
Rolo.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
that's
working.
But it just I noticed
Okay, yeah, from
when I
where?
start talking,
When
people start
Okay.
talking.
I've just recently heard of them today. So.
Yeah, we used to be friends.
People start opening up a lot more.
Okay.
And I worked
And,
for you too.
Somebody
Oh,
maybe
okay,
talking
okay.
to us.
So,
I think so my very first flight job was in Vanderbilt like years ago, like 13 years ago. And I worked with a guy, and I think he's still at UT
If he's
Lifestar.
okay enough or good enough or open enough to tell his story,
Chris?
I should tell
He's-
mine. And that's
he's maybe
exactly
only
what
been there
happened to
maybe
me a couple of years
8 years?
ago up at Region
he was
2.
in.
There was a kid.
He was a flight.
He was telling me a story about how what happened.
Anyways, you always say, do you know this person? It's like,
Maybe let my story out.
you probably know if you
get
saw him.
somebody,
But I believe he's still with UT
somebody
Lifestar.
else.
But
But that's
Yeah, we've expanded.
really-
So we've got 5 aircraft.
I was going to ask how many aircraft y'all had. Okay, that's
Pile up
wonderful.
on 75.
I thought about applying.
Calhoun.
Well, not me right now,
Yeah.
because I was about back in the day.
Yeah, it's
And
probably
they were like, well, you have to live within 15
Is it
mile radius of the
90?
base. And I was like, not me. So,
Yeah.
because I live in like
I
north of
think I
Nashville
just got
now.
out of medic school, so maybe 90.
So we got a little bit of pile then.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
they had a medic
But that's
on there
okay.
that when he run his last
Have you
call,
heard of it?
Oh, yeah. It,
So
No.
that's
He
still
had
what
a
we are.
complete
We
mental
call ourselves
breakdown.
TOGA,
It-
the Old
you know,
Guards Tennessee Old Guards Association.
And the thing,
Is some
we run 5 calls a day, and over the course of a year, every third day or something.
What we do
But
is
he's running
we,
his
I've been
40 calls in one single
Oh,
4-hour
yeah.
shift.
every
So
business
you know,
long
it kind of
as I
loaded
have.
up on him, and I
You know,
understand
it's
that.
That's,
jobs.
I was going to say, that is a horrible. I mean, not only for them guys,
14 dead or something, if I remember correctly. I don't know if that's correct or not.
cuts pretty close, but it was not only was they trying to keep,
So we have like zero
get people out cars,
Okay.
and
hell, they were wrecking it around.
Yeah,
I
it's still
mean,
coming.
I've talked to a couple of them that was in that and said we was standing there trying to get somebody out, and the car right beside of us be gone. And
Essentially,
but it is.
I was talking to
It's,
somebody else in the parking lot about that. The guy that's doing like
And the Tennessee Fire Chaplain
seatbelt.
Association is a great organization with Paul Trumpor and his crew.
Police, fire, they become
A lot of fire
first,
chaplains,
initially.
rescue
So we're
squad
on the same-
chaplains,
I don't
a
know
lot
why
of the
there's like a
associations,
division.
our
Okay.
association.
And that's what we try to
Yeah,
do.
no, I think that's great.
And that's
And debriefing is
Yeah, I like your stuff.
and I don't know how many times I've called the fire chaplains to come in and do a
Oh, yeah.
debrief, at a bad situation, that death or fatality or a baby or whatever, get that debriefing done. You have to do the stress.
You have to.
Sure.
We've got a guy from Pearl Beach that's in
I
with
made some
us.
people
We've got
mad at me a couple of years ago at Region 2
Okay, Athens, Alabama, or Athens, Georgia.
because I was telling them. Of course, this was
Okay,
still,
'cause there's Athens,
you know,
Alabama.
my going crazy was still a little
Because we're
tender
in Ardmore,
at that
Tennessee,
point.
like way south.
But
So,
I was telling them, I was like,
okay.
if you're a manager, you're a director, or you're a supervisor, if you're not keeping an eye on your employees' mental health, you might as well put a gun to their head and pull it right through. Because I go back and I look and I think, how many people,
Telltale signs, why didn't somebody see that besides me?
how many people have we buried in the past where we thought it's been
Right, and if
just
they have
unfortunate health issues that has probably been they've either drunk themselves to death because of
She's in the
stress,
same outfit as me. We were walking around.
medicated themselves to
So she
death because
does a
of
lot of
stress.
She's I
And
think she's on a board. She does a
just
lot of lectures for like
self-deleted
mental
it.
health.
So I ain't gonna say that because
Yeah.
my life wasn't trying to get monetized anyway. But I'm glad that we're able to.
He's a paramedic, brilliant. He came from
We're able to look back at it now, and we're able to be on the other side of
was
it,
going through just some life
and maybe are bridging the gap for people that are coming in, so they don't have to. They're going to. Don't get me wrong.
Anyways,
They're going to say the same thing. People ain't going to quit dying. People ain't going to quit car wrecks. But now maybe they'll. And I used to think. Whenever I heard somebody that had been just on the job for a year, or been in squad 6 months or something like that, start saying that, they were burned out, they're going through it, and I was like, you ain't been there long enough. Even your paint still ain't
I still
uncrinkled.
Yeah.
But then it only takes one. It only takes that one call.
We sensed something was going on, so we were like, reach out. Like, we love you, reach out. We're not trying to delve into your business, but I mean, you're our family.
Several of the squads and stuff down around our fire department actually went on to become chief.
He would come to the base like all the time and hang out.
He posted a lot on YouTube and Facebook and different places. And he posted pretty regularly about people that he's worked with over the years and how many of them have took their own lives.
Yeah.
But it was purposeful because he was up
Like you said, it builds up over time. And
obviously he wanted to
you have to stay on top of it.
And there's a thing
apartment 2 weeks
that
later,
people that are still active and working. If they do take their own
we're real
lives,
big on
do they get a service?
We're doing some
And I
live
think
streaming
it's selfish. And I was one until about 2 years ago. I was one of those that were in that same mindset of, well, they took the easy way out. No, they
sure.
They should have a EMS funeral or fire funeral.
We're here tomorrow.
But
We're
now
here
I'm like,
tomorrow till like noon.
what in the hell was we thinking?
because we're just doing it. We're really got this started back in about it. Started out as
It's having to change mindset that we, if we'd have told Morrison 20 years ago, well, I'm not going to be able to stand by tomorrow because I'm not right in the head space.
Yeah, not feeling
you might have this group of people or 2 or 3 from the other group in here.
Yeah, that'd be the last time you're doing anything to stand
It's been
by.
pretty therapeutic for a lot of us.
I'm sure, and then you get different ideas from different regions, and
Sitting here
we're all doing
thinking
that down there that we're
about
not
it.
doing up here, or what's more prominent in your area, so.
But yeah, deep reason, just a general.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Rolo. Every time I eat Rolo,
That's kind of what we've been doing. Like if,
Stop in and see us.
yeah, I know. Yeah, my best friend. I'm actually meeting with her tomorrow.
If you weren't on the incident, you're not allowed to be there.
To eat
right,
up.
and that's
on my
what
way
and I
back
understand
home.
that.
I was just here and not
If they-
for
if
2
there's
years.
Really?
Uh-huh. I did, yeah.
when Cody got killed.
I did. I loved it. Loved it.
That kid
Then I
was
got-
known all
I got a car. I know, right? My dad's an active.
We did
But I got in
a
a car wreck when I was
one of our bullet
maybe, and had
and there was
to.
about 20.
They were gonna fly me
So
to
we was talking,
I was too close. I was like, I'm about 10 minutes.
So we
away.
got down to where
You better make sure that you have a good alibi.
Easy now, easy.
But I'm kind of giving my distance.
or even if it's just like when
And I've got
politics
multiple
aside,
witnesses
when
around me.
Charlie got killed. We had one because
He's been known to get
that's
in
going
there.
to be one of those ripples in society that it's going to be like a 9/11 down the line. And, it's
I think it's that shit
we talked about it.
Oh,
Or maybe we
gosh.
might be looking. There might be.
You
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, I know.
know.
Thank you. And,
If something
yeah,
happens,
yeah, I make it.
one of us will get on.
Actually, some Smarties. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll bring my manager back by.
Sure, absolutely.
I can't think of her title with mental health, but she does a lot
once you get
in
it
Giles County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's great.
All righty. Well, we'll
How
be
long was
back
you in
by.
squad?
Thank you
Well,
so
still,
much.
Thanks to you. Appreciate it. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still in?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So you're still in it then.
I kind of got out for a little while. Kind of stopped doing it, and I got to where I wasn't able to do. And there's
That's
nothing.
a hard pill to swallow.
I'm
Ain't
not kidding. Just had a hip replacement 4 weeks ago today.
Oh wow! But you country strong.
Yeah,
You,
Becky called and asked me if I was coming to this. I said, yeah, I'll be there. And I got to think about it, and I called him back the next day. I said, look, I made a lot of you. I'm getting the hip replaced a month before convention. I said, if there's any way at all, I'm going to be there.
You look like you're getting around good.
Doing well. It's amazing what modern medicine can do.
You know, it's funny. A couple years ago, I had a knee replacement, and they had me up that evening, and I think it's the same way with hip replacements.
Yeah,
I can remember when you used to have a hip replacement. Man, it was like a
You're
week
before
they even wanted you to touch the floor or anything.
Yeah. There's something about a training coordinator that's this hard on back.
That's going to imagine that.
Degenerating, he was all humped over and wasn't able to go, and took all these pain pills, and everybody knows what pain pills bring.
Oh yeah,
and,
it brings its own special craziness.
But then
to you.
I've had 7 back operations. Besides,
Lord have mercy.
And just now had the hip replaced. So, and I've got part of my back is fused. I've got 4 vertebrae fused together with pins and rods and screws. And
I've heard that's not fun.
no, it's not. I can think of 1,000 things I'd rather be doing.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And it seems like too, it's either a love-hate. Either it really, really helped, or it really, really made things worse.
And I was telling somebody talking about having back. Dale Dodds, I think, pastor from Greenport. He was talking about he just had the back operation. Still had.
I just talked to him yesterday. Yeah.
And I told him, I've had a back operation where I've been in the floor for 6 weeks, and couldn't get out of the living room floor. That's where I lived at. Laid there flat on my back.
Yeah.
Went in, had back surgery, and the next day walked in the bunker, a quarter mile away.
Yeah.
And, 6 weeks prior to that, I couldn't get out of the floor. So sometimes they do good. And learning how to be smart and not so stupid helps a whole lot too.
Oh yeah,
I first hurt my back loading a 3-foot backhoe bucket in the back of a dump truck. That's stupid.
That's all kind of smart.
Yeah,
of course, you was probably.
I was young, piss and vinegar, and that didn't bother me none.
Well, that's when we hurt ourselves the worst, and we don't understand it. You're young, you can do stuff.
You see kids doing stupid stuff, and you try to tell them, don't do that. Well, I'm young, it don't bother me. Yeah, you can right now.
It will one day.
It'll catch up with you, that's for sure.
The first time that I went in, I hurt my back or anything, and I went in and had, the back stuff. They looked at me and like, what do you do for a living? And I told them, and they're like, that makes sense. And you've got the back of a 70-year-old. I was like, man.
EMS, that's probably one of the biggest killers of EMS personnel.
Oh, yeah. It's right.
Back injury. And they've got the cots now to raise up and down, and that's great. But you take
it don't help us that we did it 30 years ago.
I mean, you're taking a $1,000 cot and making it a $15,000 cot.
Yeah.
And you got to pay for that somehow.
Yeah.
And once you get it on the cot, that's just a third of it. You still got to get them down the stairs. You got to get them into the back of the ambulance, and you got to carry them out to the car. There's still a lot of stuff to do.
Down in Jefferson County, we were one of the first services to have the load system, service-wide. Fantastic. I ain't going to say, if there's an ambulance service right now that is looking to get them because it extends people's careers. But the thing we didn't realize was coming from our mindset. It made us wussies. Where we were used to pulling people over and stuff on our own. And now we've got this cot that does it all the time and puts people. And we get in situations where we have to grunt.
Manhandle.
Yeah.
We'd grab and it'd be like,
what was that?
And it's like, man, we just, it took all of our strength away. You do it all the time, you don't realize it, and then when you have something that does it for you and you get in that situation, it's like, uh-oh.
Hey, I got somebody sent me something here. I'm going to make a little announcement.
Oh, go ahead.
Guys, for those of you that are from the Upper East Tennessee region, I just got a message that somebody wanted me to pass along on our live stream. As most of you know, we recently lost firefighter paramedic Brandon Clausen from Bristol, Tennessee Fire Department due to medical emergency. So they were going to have a procession for him today in his honor. If anybody wants to be a part of that, I'll read you what was sent to me. It's going to be a procession to be held Friday for fallen Bristol, Tennessee firefighter Brandon Clausen, who passed away earlier this week. Members of the Bristol, Tennessee Fire Department will lead a procession for Brandon beginning at 2 p.m. today, and that procession will begin at the Quillen College of Medicine up in Johnson City. It'll continue up West Market Street to North Rome Street and then onto Interstate 26. And then it'll continue on 26 to Kingsport, and then the procession will go down 11W, and that procession will end at Christian Sales Funeral Home in Rogersville. There's going to be a large number of firefighters, police officers, EMS personnel from Bristol and all the surrounding communities that's going to be participating in the procession. So if you want to be a part of this procession, definitely be safe. And if you're not actually in the procession itself, I would encourage you to, watch it from a safe distance so we don't impede that. And we want to continue to remember Brandon's family and his co-workers, in the next few days, because it's going to be very difficult for you to go through if you've never experienced it before. So I appreciate your time, and I just want to make that announcement. So, thank you.
And they'll never make you hate something as much as they try. And I can only imagine that's true of the president or something like that. But, it's like once you're gone, you're forgotten. I mean,
What we call them, this
yeah,
has been.
And that's one thing, whether it's self-loathing or self-whatever, that really got me under my gourd was, I'm not saying I was anything or anything like that, but you get so used to being in the know, and then if you're gone 2 weeks, you're out in the know. It's completely
You're out of the loop.
and the people that are in the know have no idea who you are. And that's why things like that. You go get one of these young kids, go. You ever put them on your red wine? They might have seen them laugh or something, but they know. And here again, back then, being a region vice, or state vice, or state president, it was consuming. And I'm sure it still is today. But, we have devices like this now that, you could, what would it took you getting in a car and driving to Rutherford County, you could hop on here and get it taken care of without having to go. And as I understand it, that's kind of what they've done with the state office, is it's kind of went into virtual. And
It ain't working out too good.
I can only imagine. Yeah.
One of the last few meetings, they had 15 people online. And these old pickers like me, they don't know how to do it.
Don't know, yeah, that's true. And I still learn a little bit about it every time, but I can completely understand that. But, it's just
And when
the
I first
people
started as coordinator, and I tried to get, Morse done everything off of a old slide on transparency.
Oh yeah, those transparency.
That's what he had.
Your instructor. Whenever you got your instructor, you got a whole set of overheads. Yeah.
And I started doing the computer stuff, doing the
PowerPoints. Oh, I bet that was just.
And some people that was great. Other people think I ain't using that crap. And
there again, the modernization and.
Yep. And then right now I was doing instructor updates online, and you got some instructors out here. Some of these old instructors, they ain't got a clue how to do that.
No, and I get it. I get both sides of it. It's easier for those that are
in the know.
That but you have to take somebody like. I'm trying to think of who was an old instructor, but Tim Senior. Tim Senior. Could you imagine Tim Senior getting on the Zoom and trying to?
I'm 64. and it's
You're kind of walking in both worlds.
a little.
Yeah.
I still not full technical. Everybody talks about emails and text messages. Start doing text messages with me. You send the question, and I answer that question best I can. Well, that didn't answer exactly what you want, so you send me another text and clarify something, and I'll text back. And I hate a friggin' text.
See.
If you want to ask me something, call me. I can take 3 minutes and be done with it.
See, I am the polar exact opposite. If you want to talk to me, you better text message me first and say I need to talk to you, because I will watch your number go straight to voicemail, and then text you what you need, or either I'll text Rollo and goes, everything okay? Is it
And I'm good for calling and send a text. You get 5 minutes, you'll give me a call. Yeah, I can do that.
Right.
But now there is still people that if they do call, I know that they're not just calling to go, hey, what's going on? There's something.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
a reason that they're calling, and I'll pick them up. But yeah,
Email. I've probably got 5,000 emails on my computer right now. I don't answer email.
I don't do email as much as I used to for the pure reason of I have horrible insomnia. I can't. That's still So I have to take Ambien to sleep. Well, I have got every kind of trouble that you can imagine over Ambien. For those watching, I do not recommend Ambien as a career advancement. But I would send emails at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I sent one out that was legendary. And so now I don't email as much. I do tell everybody though. I tell them
Kind of along the line of a drunk text.
pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a drunk text that's not drunk, and your subconscious is doing it for you. Because I fired off one night about 4 o'clock in the morning that was just letting everybody know what I thought of the state of everything on the planet. But what I didn't realize,
It did go the whole slate.
it damn near did go to the whole planet, because the person that I had sent it to, instead of sending it to them, I had replied all to one of their emails, and not to mention any names, but they was pretty powerful emails on there. And when you get a call at 7:30 Nashville time from a 615 number, there is nothing good that can come about it. But yeah, so now I'll tell everybody on my page, if you get a text message from me from the hours between maybe say 2:30 and 6 o'clock, or an email, just if you can make sense out of it, you're probably a good friend, and you can understand my
Whole thought process.
exactly. But just, most of the time I just please just don't, just delete it. Don't even. Of course, then you've got the funny friends that keeps them, and goes, hey,
Remember this?
what exactly was you talking about when you was talking about the chocolate bar attacking you at 4 o'clock in the morning?
The whole training coordinator thing. One funny thing that come out of that is everybody knows you.
Oh yeah,
Everywhere.
and not like you're not driving a billboard up and down the state of Tennessee too.
Yeah.
But we had a call in Newport, actually in Jefferson County, but we've always had a mutual understanding. Anything down 411 between Newport and Bushes
As far as
is us, because
everybody.
we can get to it. They're coming,
Right.
but we're going to get to it a whole lot quicker than they do because where they're coming from.
Right.
And we had during the winter, a little patch of black ice. Woman was running slow, super slow, and she slid off the road into the black ice and over into a brush pile and landed up on her side. And I made the whopping decision after I had talked to her several times in the car. She wasn't hurt. She was a 5 mile an hour wreck. Went off the side and turned up on its side. And I made the grand decision to attach ratchet straps to each side of the car, and I pulled it over and let out at the same time and let her car back down in the brush pile. Car wasn't hurt. I mean, there wasn't a scratch on it. But and we always tell never move vehicles, patient inside.
Yeah.
Morse is one of his number one rules. Never let the car out from the patient. To get her out, we'd have to take the top off of it. I mean, we would.
In the day, people have done it.
Yeah.
Yep, sure.
I had seen brand new cars that's not have scratch on it get demolished.
Yeah. Before I got back to the building, my phone was ringing off the hood. I couldn't drive back to the building, my phone ringing. I got
What
back.
the hell have you done?
What? Did you really let that car down? Jefferson County's on the scene, Superior County's on the scene, Clark County's on the scene, and you let a car down with somebody in it? Yeah, sure
I did. Yeah.
Don't do as I tell you.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do as I do. Do as I train you to do.
But I called heck over that. I mean, terrible.
We used to talk about driving down. We was coming back from Nashville one time, and you kind of forget that you are truly driving a billboard for whoever you work for, whatever organization. And we cut this person off or something, or we did something that they didn't think we should have. And man, by the time we hadn't even got back yet, it was like, what'd you just do? And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And they're like, well, this person's called the THP, and their captain's called this captain, and their captain's called the colonel, and the colonel's called the governor. And it's just one of them, And
twice I got called in on.
When we started doing them strike team things, going to Bell Buckle, and it was me, and I was in my Jefferson County truck, and Ron, Uncle Ron, sorry,
I know what you mean.
but he was in a metro truck, and we come off the backside of the mountain, going, toward West Tennessee, going toward Murphy. And we weren't paying attention to what we said. And apparently we passed a trooper, and he didn't see Ron's vehicle, but the back of mine had Jefferson County plastered over the back of it, and it was truly one of them. He called his sergeant called his lieutenant. There was so many bells that had been rung, it just wouldn't. And my boss called me. I was getting off there at 8:40 to cut across. It's like, where in the hell are you? And I said, I just got off the interstate going across over the Bell Buckle. And he's like, well, you need to slow your voice down. And I was like, what do you mean? And it just, I was like, oh, dude, sorry. It's like, 8 o'clock in the morning. We're just trying to get down there. But you forget that you're driving a billboard.
Tires, training trailer, got tires all over, sides, back, front, everywhere. On the back of it, TNARS.org on the back of it. And,
13 ways to get a hold of somebody to get you in trouble.
Phone numbers, everything on it. They called me only twice. And I have slowed down.
Well, that just comes with age.
Yeah, I don't run like I used to. I used to run like my high ends on the car all the time, and get out of a class in Memphis.
Get home-itis. Yeah.
You've been home in 3 or 4 days or something other, and you're trying to get to the house. And, a lot of times I run 80, and that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, but you do.
We
all do.
It's interstate. You run 65 mile an hour through downtown Knoxville, you get run over.
Yeah, that's like going down 75 and trying to run 50 and 60 miles an hour. They'll kill you going down through there.
That is a fact.
But twice I got called in on running too fast. I've tried. I've drove a truck and trailer all my life on the railroad and wherever, and I've trailer of wires, and I try not to cut nobody off. I was guilty several times of going too fast. But we had fun. We spent a lot of time on the road. Bucky, Jonathan Lehman, I had a lot of people. Guys going to be honored in the morning. Passed away this year on J.D. Clevenger.
Oh, yeah.
Member of the squad, member of Jefferson County. But he done a lot of riding with me. Stacy Large, Eric Large.
I think they've kind of nicknamed it now, and I don't know if they've just adopted this. but they call it the traveling circus.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it truly
It truly is.
is. I mean, it's and people again, the normal squadsmen or don't realize when talking to people about Stacy and Eric and some of those guys that did training and do the traveling circle. People don't realize how much time they put in.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
there's a lot of people that thinks that they do it for the glory or just not saying that they do. I'm just saying there are people that views it that way, and they don't. None of them. I know just like you probably know about all of them, and I do too. And they're not that. That's not. That wasn't you. That wasn't me.
Yeah.
That's not. It may look like we did, and probably got known because of that, but they don't understand the hardship that puts on your family, puts on you, puts on everything.
Great bunch of instructors. This state has a great bunch of instructors.
Very
Basic instructors and college level instructors. I mean, it's just amazing the people we have and the talent that we have available in this state.
Yep.
And I was kind of hoping I hadn't seen him. I know he's up here yesterday. I seen Jimmy up here yesterday. People, and I was like, I wonder if those guys back. Jim won the very first
MT number 12 or something.
92.
92. I knew it was something really, really low.
But he even done it before then. I mean, he was like one of the original rescue squad Northtown members.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if they could even, in their wildest imagination, thought this was what it would end up.
Education started out as the Tennessee Department of Safety. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then when the grant money ran out and they couldn't afford to finance it anymore, then that's when it got passed out to the Tennessee Association of Rescue Squad. And shortly after that is when the rescue college was Morris kind of.
I think Morris was kind of started the whole rescue college level stuff. But you don't. When you think about it, and I mean, even if you think back when you took over training and how it's changed, like I said, I truly believe you were the one that modernized or brought it into the next level. And it just wasn't you. You had people that you depended on to help do it with you, and I can't imagine those guys. And I mean, Newport, Jefferson County, Marshtown, some of the oldest squads ever.
Yep.
I think Jefferson County may be one of the oldest squads in the state.
I think Newport was formed in 57 or 58. One of the two, and it got kind of started before they got to 501(c) and all that crap.
Back even before all that stuff was probably even.
57, 58, somewhere in that neck of the woods when they actually got certified or classified as a rescue. And Marshtown, everybody's around here at about the same
time. I think there were actually squads before the association.
There was 5 squads that formed the association, and Bristol came forward.
And it came from Virginia,
right? It came out of Virginia. Julian S. Wise actually started the first rescue squads in Virginia. They had a little rescue squad up there and witnessed a kid drown up there, and nobody could do anything about it.
That's right. I remember it. It started from a drowning.
And that's when they started their rescue squad in Virginia. And right now, there's only 5 states in the U.S. that have standalone rescue squads.
Really?
Most
of it's probably contingent to the state of Tennessee, yeah.
And Tennessee, we're one of the few that do rescue. Virginia, when you say rescue squad, they think
ambulance.
Yeah. They run ambulance. Alabama, like I say, they've got standalone rescue, but they're dependent on the fire college for all their training. They don't have a training division of Alabama Association.
Right.
And when the fire grants all come out, after 9/11, we actually made a trip as officers to Washington, D.C. to try to meet with our
I remember that because it was rescue squads were cut out of it.
They had all these fire grants and stuff, to benefit the training and all that. And the rescue squad didn't qualify for none.
Because the world don't really understand standalone rescue squads. And I don't think it was, well, I'm sure there was talk about it, but whenever the world nowadays thinks of rescue, fire is first thing. Fire rescue. It's almost kind of,
synonymous
it's
with
the
each
same
other.
word, yeah. And like rescue squads with even 5 years ago when I was still doing ambulance, we still rescue squads. It's gotten better over the years, but we're still.
And you go to when we went to a thing with BFIS at Firestone, big hoorah thing up there with the fire service. And what it amounted to is your big pay departments patting each other on the back. You have Chicago patting Los Angeles.
They're
Los
the ones
Angeles
that can.
patting New York.
They're the ones that can afford to send people to.
Ambulances, and I hate it. I still don't like it. An ambulance is not orange and white. Orange and white, when you see a white ambulance with an orange stripe on it, an ambulance.
Okay.
And now then,
they're every damn color in.
And that started in Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis Fire Department.
Memphis Fire Department.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that argument.
Whatever his name is, it was part of the Memphis Fire Department. And I hate it. You see an ambulance now, you don't know what it is till you get up beside it and read on it.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't know if they still have this law or not, but there used to be all your ambulances had to look the same.
Absolutely.
And I know most of them still do. But
Kelly something is
I think it is Kelly.
Kelly Orange and had to have a starlight, 3 foot or something, starlight.
We even had some back in the early 90s that still had the old hockey sticks on them, up and down. And they got to the point where they either had to paint them or do them all that way. We only had like 2 that had that on there, so it didn't make any sense. But, I'm with you on that. Fire-based ambulances, I can tolerate them. I can tolerate them being red. But I think every other ambulance should be white and orange. Now, is that going to make a damn bit of difference to anybody?
No. It's like a rescue squad. Nobody knows what a rescue squad is until they need it.
Exactly.
And I described the rescue squad one time as making calm out of chaos. Most people don't need us. They don't know what we are. They don't know what a rescue squad is until they're having the absolute worst day of their life.
Yeah.
They're either trapped in a car, they're trapped underground, they're trapped,
trapped out in the middle of the lake.
Or their kid is drowned.
That's true.
They're having the absolute worst day of their life.
And that's another thing too, Rusty. I think why our mentality suffers so much is we never see anybody on their best day. Where that one person, that is their worst day possible. Well, that's just a Tuesday. May not be personally tragic, but it's just a Tuesday for us.
Until we had some lady, and I say this from personal
exactly,
you held her hand and waited on her to take her life. If you've never cried on the scene,
then something's wrong. Yeah, there's something wrong.
You've not been there long.
Yeah. Well, and two, we get burned into people's memories. I know you have. Anybody that's done this for more than a week, you'll be at Walmart or something or somewhere like that, and somebody will come up to you and go, Mama died. And we really appreciate you taking care of her. We had no idea. And we all do the same thing. I'm sorry. I was a really, really nice person. And we're not being ugly. It's just, unless it's something very crazy, it's probably not in our mind's fault.
you go to these classes all across the state, and you got one or two or five instructors, but you got 59 people in the class, and the whole weekend you're calling you by name.
Y'all know he'll watch it.
Yeah, every word. Yeah, every word. Wait, maybe every 10th word might be a truth. But yeah,
Just say, I'll do what we all know.
But all these students call you by name just every so often during the class.
Oh yeah,
And and I've had
yeah. We're zooming live streaming. So y'all want to come hop on talk? We're just telling tales, and actually we get in trouble doing this a lot of times when we live stream because we'll forget we're live streaming.
Well, that's fine.
And we'll go off tangent.
Yeah. Sorry, Rob.
Oh, no, you're good.
Pull up a chair and talk, man. We tell tales, and nobody does know they're right or wrong. Yeah.
Oh, they'd be right.
Well, yeah, of course they would. Ain't nothing like a bunch of risky stuff people tell non-truths. That's just crazy. And they're getting. I'm going off on a little tangent, side tangent. Benton County. Chances are we'd have never ever, Rusty hadn't been sitting here. That guy from Benton County may have just come up and said hi, but would have never. Right. It's breaking that ice.
It is.
Little by little.
It is.
Little by little by little. If we can break rescue squad people's eyes, we can break anybody.
And that's the amazing part to me about this.
So I know I've kicked the shit out of
Oh, you're
The amazing part about this association is traveling without the rescue squad, just traveling across the state of Tennessee, to go visit somebody, to go do whatever, to go to the world's largest fish fry in Earth.
Right. Oh my God, I love that.
But it's got to be somewhere between here and Arkansas. If you have trouble, most of the time, I know somebody within 10 minutes of this that I'm calling. And my phone is crazy loaded with 1,500 phone numbers in it.
Right. Chances are somewhere you get hold of somebody come help.
Yep.
We stopped this night for Vanity Fair exit, whatever that is, right beside the interstate. We got off there one day, me and my wife, to get gas. I got out of the vehicle and somebody called my name from across the parking lot. And my wife looked at me and said, I ain't gonna worry about you doing that. I said, there's somebody gonna tell on you.
I was gonna say,
somebody gonna know you.
Somebody gonna know
You
you.
can't do that.
You couldn't try it. You'd have to go to a different planet to not get noticed.
Went to Atlanta. Me and Bucky went down there for a fire EMS conference, fire rescue, I think, conference, and got down there and Rescue Jack or somebody took us out to eat. And the fancy restaurant, they kind of take your meat off.
Oh, yeah.
But we went there and came through the door, and somebody called my name as we went through the door in Atlanta, Georgia. What the hell knows me from Atlanta, Georgia? Who knows me down here? There's a group of squad people.
But there again, you're exactly right what you said a few minutes ago about you may be instructing somebody and you'll have 60 people in that class, and them 60 people will know you from now on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, and where you're just used to, I ain't going to say your own echo chamber, but, you have your own crews outside of, 90% are probably either used to be in the squad or was in the squad. Yeah, because we're creatures of habit. We don't associate outside of our. But people will know you. And too, you're not only the coordinator, but being state president. But I honestly think being rescue coordinator. And nothing against anybody that's been president or will be, has been. I think you're more busy because where you're at, the state president may be, you might see the state president, kind of like a grand master of the Masons or something.
And the president talked to the old peckerheads that show up to the meetings.
Exactly.
And I've said all along that there's a couple of different classes of people. There's the old hardheads that come to the meetings. There's a bunch of young fire eaters
ready to save the world
that are trained. And that's two different groups.
Two completely different groups.
But I mean, they're all important. Right. So you got to have them.
You got to have both of them.
Yeah.
It's a yin yang.
but that group of people, you know, the fire eaters, the go getters, the one that's going to change the world.
That was us 25 years
Yeah,
ago.
absolutely. And the old folks that come to the meeting, that was them 20 years ago,
Right.
25 years ago. But you can go into the meeting people, but
And I guarantee you, if I went back, if you see one of them, all right. Sorry, I'm pouring you out now, Russ.
ain't no problem.
If I went to, I'm supposed to be a lifetime member of Bean Station. I don't know if I still am. I don't even know if they have it still. But if I went to a meeting, I would be that grumpy bastard in the back going, "What in the hell are you all doing to this place?" Me not being there, been in a meeting, 20 years, but yet, honestly, I did that not long ago. We was somewhere, I forget what part I was with, but I was bitching about it. Literally, if it could be bitched about, I was complaining. And I got looking, and I'm like, "Oh God!" And they're like, "What?" I said, "I have turned in," and I forget which old fart I used. So I was like, I have turned into him, and I'm like, God, was that what he was thinking when he was chewing my ass 30-11 ways from hell? And then I get wondering, I'm like, were they so hard on us? Because I'm sure you had people in Newport that's hard on you when you was doing changing stuff.
And Mark Mallory said it best, I think. What makes an expert is somebody that drives over 30 miles and brings their own overhead. I went to get an EVOC instructor. I took it over at Walter State, and they asked me if I wanted to go to it at Newport. I said, well, sure. And as soon as I said, sure, what the hell is EVOC?
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, would you mind telling me what exactly that is?
What did I sign up for? And I'd done a couple of classes, and then I got Mark to come and do it. Or he's in Allen Bagley, I think, or somebody down there.
One of these people.
Yeah, one of the people. And Mark told me, that's what you have to deal with. Teaching your own people is the worst possible thing in the world.
The hardest thing in the world.
Because you're just one of them. You're nobody. What makes you think you can tell me how to drive?
Well, that's what I tell people in EMS, especially. You go from, we promote from within normal, as a normal. And it's hard to go Monday from being working on ambulance, being Rolo's best friend, to getting promoted. And next Monday, Rolo might do something that wasn't exactly right.
Yeah.
And me have to come talk to Rolo. Yeah. And you find out who your friends are and who your enemies are quick. And sometimes those wolves are in the same clothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do. And it's hard. It was hard. I didn't enjoy having to come down on somebody. I got to the end of where it didn't bother me because you get that callous build up.
Right.
But it is, especially training your own people, hardest thing in the world, because it's hard to get people to listen to Rusty that's been in this squad that they watch grow up in this squad. And now he's up here. Who the hell does he think he is up here trying to tell us how to run this game?
I got people in my squad that carried me around when I was a baby.
Yeah.
And for me to go in and try to teach them how to do education, that don't go over too good.
Well, that's like our third part of Bean Station. I have no childhood memory that does not consist of that third part because Dad was one of the ones that started it. I had 20 uncles growing up, and we kind of all had was relative. The kids were relative about the same age, so hell, we was known as third part kids. But if I was at somebody's house, if I screwed up, they had full range to beat my hind end, and it probably kept me out of a lot of trouble because they. People watched out for
Somebody
us.
always keeping you alive.
But we probably got by with more stuff than we should have just because of that. If it was bad enough, we got called out. But it's And and there were some of them older guys in that department who hated it. Absolutely hated it because they did what you just said. They showed up, they griped, they bitched. They was never on fire call. Kind of like me in the fire department now. I ain't running fire. Probably 99% of the people that's in that department don't even know who. If I was to pull up on a fire, they'd probably run me off as a damn bystander, you know. But it ain't their fault. It's just my fault. It dragged my hind end like no other when these people come in here. Well, I don't know why you just spending $5 on this, on that piece of equipment there. We never did have to have it. Well, yeah. Used to not have to have water either, but it's kind of.
And you like teaching in your own department. When you go in, I'm going to do a class, basic education. And you go in, and the first thing out of 90% of them freaking mouth, how long is this shit going to take? When I get out.
Can you go ahead and give me my card now?
I told my wife I'd be home at 7:30. It starts at 6. What time are you going to be done?
Right. Well, about 10:30 if we're lucky, yeah.
But that's hard to deal with.
It's
hard to do anyway.
And too, it's hard to make a volunteer. As much as we say, if you want to be it, you need to do this. When it boils down to it, they don't have to be there, And telling somebody to do something is that you don't get paid to do.
Yeah.
It's rough.
And tell them that they've got to follow this rule, this rule.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, this is state law or federal law.
Right. It's like in ICS class. It's. I've probably got cussed more than anything in life. It's been over telling people they have to take ICS classes. I'm glad to hear. Is the president, past president's club or whatever, is that something that has just been started? Or
no.
Is it always?
Every year at convention, they have a meeting on.
I remember the past president's meeting. So it's kind of, that's what it's.
They actually go over the present officers of the past year, goes over their stance and approve that. I keep kind of an eye on them, make sure nobody gets out of hand spending more money that's not supposed to be spent. It's just a
people you
check measure.
I was going to say that when you was president, people you hated go. Why'd you spend $60 on that hotel room when you could have drove home that night?
But and that's what they do. They go over the present officers' past expenses and okay there.
It is. I wish. What?
West.
Oh. NASCAR started doing something this last year. I don't know if it took or if it's going to take. But they started having legacy drivers come to tracks just because it was, they were out of the lexicon of just, conversation. And I wished we could do that for stuff like here. And this group's what we kind of tried to do a little bit. But, get these people that bled, like I said, kicked doors in for us. Was president in the 70s whenever it was probably harder to be president or something like this. And maybe still be around,
Yeah,
we need to
get them involved.
Yeah.
We had a squad in West Tennessee. But they wouldn't get out of the association. They were fussing because they could go to training. They have a West Tennessee training weekend, kind of like Smoky Mountain weekend. They have one out there. And he was talking about he could go to that class down there and pay $10 and get his members certified in advanced education. He had a meeting with the state officers. I went out there and they sat down with their members and stuff. And I went down, and while they was having their meeting,
You trying to cooler? Were you trying to be a cooler?
I would run around looking in the truck, see what they had to work with. And I dug around down there while they was having their little meeting. Got done, they come down, and they started with me, talking to me and the chief or whatever out there. started telling me what the problem was. We can go for $10 down here to West Tennessee weekend, whatever it's called, and we can get certified and we can get advanced education, we can get confined safe, we can get this, we can get that, we can get that, $10, $15, whatever.
Right.
And I said, oh, that's great. I said, if you want certificates, if that's all you're hunting for, I said, we got here for the truck. I got a computer, got a little mini printer. I said, I'll print out certificates. I'll make $10. Whatever you want certified in, I'll hit one certified. I said, if you want your members to know what the hell to do at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's dark and raining, and want to know what to do to get somebody out of the car, I said, come to one of my classes. A certificate don't mean squat if you don't know what you're doing.
Right, exactly.
I said, if certificate's all you want, I can see you fold
Yeah, give me $10. I'll print your ticket out. You can do whatever you want.
Give me 3 cents worth of paper and 7 cents worth of ink, and I'll make you a certificate. But if you want to know what to do,
And this is, I guess, this is me seeing both sides of the association, because I've gotten re-indoctrinated this weekend. I will say that, but I have been trying to choose my words, trying to find a word. They don't. Sorry,
I don't think it got no
what's the word I'm looking for? Not happy. It's not crucial. I hate getting old. In the past, I have fell out of seeing the need for the association.
Yeah.
I guess that's the only way to do it.
Yeah, I understand.
But coming back and spending, I've been up here since Tuesday, and seeing the amount of service and amount of pride that's still,
It's still our.
now I'm going to get choky. It's made me realize why I was in the squad for a long time. And I see these young guys and young gals, and I'm like, they need people like us, like you, like the past presidents, that suffer to get the association where it is, or where it become, or where it got to at one time. I'm not going to shoot shit up anybody's. In the past several years, just by like COVID and everything else, I think the association suffered. I ain't saying because of one president or one officer or anything. I think it's just everything has suffered, and it's a dying breed. Volunteer is a dying breed.
You can't pay people to work.
Yeah, now.
And then
Expect
you expect them to do it for free? It ain't happening.
I mean, Rusty, you're the same as I was, and Rolo when he started. Hell, we spent more time off work, at work, than we did when we worked. But it was a different time. I keep having to kick myself in the ass, and I find myself looking when I was 20, going, I was going to kick my ass if I was 20 years old and listening to 50-year-old rawhide try to talk, because I'm doing the same thing as they did. But it took doing this and being up here amongst, getting to talk to you again, getting to reconnect with people who were my heroes growing up, and it's kind of made me open my eyes again of why I fought so hard, done so much. Probably should have had my hind end kicked 1,000 times because of my attitude. Because, when you're young and you're doing stuff like that, yeah, you're doing it because to train people. But there is some level of arrogance that comes with it. And I will be the first to say that when I was in my 20s and captain squad, I think I remember you may have been either Region 1 or something. When I was captain of Main Station Squad, I had something happen and you had to come over there. I can't remember what it was. It's probably just a flicker in your imagination.
We had a search or two over there. We had some drownings over there.
But you got in my ass. I don't know if you remember this or not, because I was being an ass to me. And I was like, yeah, probably right. I should probably just shut up. But, you know, but it takes people like that to rein people in sometimes, and it's life lessons. But I wonder, is there people in the association like that? I mean, is there the 30-year-old Rusty Williams out? I'm sure there probably is somewhere, but
There probably is. I don't
it's probably
know that many no more.
yeah. And I'm not, again, if anybody sees this, I'm not saying anything bad about anybody nowadays. I'm just saying it's a different time back then.
We were different than they are today, and you've got to go with the flow. You can't.
I guess
I probably couldn't be.
that's why I was about to say, could the 30-year-old Rusty Williams survive in today's?
I don't.
30-year-old, I damn sure could.
No, I don't think I could.
I was just, when I was thinking about that, I was like, I don't think our 30-year-old version, your 30-year-old version of you and my 20-year-old version of me could survive in today's landscape.
No, we.
There's too many emotions and too many rules.
Yeah. And,
we didn't really care about emotions and rules back in the day.
We grew up under Morris.
Yeah.
There wasn't no rule.
There wasn't no feelings. If you had them, they were going to be hurt.
There was what was right and what was wrong. But there wasn't no.
There wasn't no.
You're feeling, when you come in this place, you should leave him at the home.
But that's like I said. I mean, I guess more so opened my eyes to me that first time, because I was like,
we had a little girl in class one time, beautiful young lady. She come into class, she was an EMS, and her and her partner come, all they was looking for CE, and they come to advanced education, how we was using our bike. And she sat down on her hind end, right in front of our bike where it was under whatever, and had the controls. And I had a counterpart. I had a counterpart.
30-year-old Rusty come out, huh?
It come out. How did I get the Barbie?
Get your ass out before you kill you and everybody else around.
Never sit down in front of a bag that could slip out and hit you in the head with it.
Can you imagine sitting down on an airbag in front of Morris Simpson? If he didn't have a stroke coming to you, it was going to be. Yeah,
Bucky got a counterpart. We was at the fire school in Belleville, and instructor class, and they had done their little scenario and left ribbon boxes everywhere, and they was all in the action circle and stuff. And Bucky asked them 3 or 4 times, is there anything wrong? Y'all are through with this scenario, and we're good. And Bucky brought it off and kicked a box of ribbon. He kicked it.
Would have made Morris proud.
Oh gosh, yeah. I thought he kicked it, the length of a football field. He kicked that crazy ribbon, and he had a couple of parts. I kind of went around the truck and sniggered, they asked for that, and they got it. That was a Morris Simpson moment right there.
Yep, no doubt.
Old school rescue squad and training, definitely not in the PC world.
That's had farm rescue at the house, and when I tried to train as realistically as I could.
Yeah.
We took Rescue Randy and took a tractor and a round baler and cranked the tractor, engaged the baler, fire takeoff,
And sucked him up like it would.
and sucked him up in it. And Bucky worked the scenario and done great. It took him a while to get him out. They took 45 minutes or an hour to get him out of the baler. But they had to take chains apart.
They had to take the whole baler, yeah.
They had to take it apart in order to get him out. And Coach said, I ain't going to do that again. Listen, I'm going to do a different scenario. I said, what do you mean you're going to do a different scenario? And I felt like my part as coordinator was to coach them along. A lot of times I didn't take a group on as myself, but everybody else did, and I kind of went from group to group and kind of do my 2 cents.
You kind of got the 30,000 foot view.
Yeah,
Right.
and told Bucky, why ain't you gonna do it again? He said, it'll be 45 minutes. What? Do you want to learn that
What else
here?
have you got to do?
Or do you want to do it, when that
When they're
actually
trying to
happens?
actually get somebody out of them.
Yeah, he's out there and he stuck his head down and he bring Randy back over here. I'm sucking him up that damn baler again.
Well, and something else, Rusty, maybe today's people, even I'm not good at mechanical stuff, like fixing stuff or taking stuff apart. And you get a 20-year-old or 21-year-old that's just joined the squad, you think they're going to be able to take care of, take apart a hay baler or
we spent
combine?
several hours every college class teaching people, righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what a socket wrench is. They don't know what a wrench is.
And again, it's just a different time now. Not saying anything bad. It's just a different time now.
And they'd had basic education, 4 or 5 times before they come to a college class. They didn't know how to do a simple box treatment. I mean, a simple hand tool, a skill saw, at a trench class or a confined space. They didn't know how to use a skill saw.
And people don't think that little stuff like that. It's like they talk airplane crashes about the Swiss cheese lining up. It may take 3 years or 5 years. Hell, some of them planes 30 years. But eventually, everything lines up, and when it lines up, shit's going sideways epically, and somebody's probably going to die. And it's the same way, doing box breathing exactly right, or you lack off of. Well, that one time that ain't snug, and it pops out, and either the car flips over, or it kills the box cribbing, kills whoever's 300 foot behind you. It's just the simple stuff is what gets people in the biggest trouble.
We had a call one night, a single vehicle motorcycle accident with entrapment. And I was in town, and I said, I got to go see this shit. Single vehicle motorcycle with entrapment, what's happened here? And I went to it, and it was a single vehicle motorcycle accident with entrapment. And he went around the curve, and the bottom of it kicked out from under him, and he went and hit the guardrail. And his foot and the part of the motorcycle went under the guardrail, and the guardrail was down on his foot, pinned against the motorcycle. And we had to lift the guardrail up
Up off him to get him out.
Get him out. And
evolution you don't really think about.
Yeah. But they come to me and
what are you doing, AJ?
How are you?
Sit down, talk to us.
How are you, sir? Give me a hug.
How are you doing, man?
Good. I love you. I love what you're doing here. It's great.
Yeah, sit down, talk, tell tale. Hell, we've had Rusty here for 2 hours.
Are you live right now?
We are live
Good
right
deal.
now.
I saw you. You was gonna go live earlier.
This may be the last time we do
It's
it.
not gonna be.
We will probably be banned. We will probably
It's
be
not-
banned
they can't
from
ban-
everything.
They can't ban you for that.
sorry.
But
So I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, God knows. That's what, dude. Sorry, Russ.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yesterday, you know how you get, and I know you feel it too sometimes. How you feel like you're in the mud and you're not, whatever you're doing is not making a difference. And yesterday evening, I was that way all day yesterday, and I know I made Rolo just feel like crap all day. But the last hour, maybe hour and a half, this exact thing started happening. There was people hanging around. We just telling shit on each other and telling tales. And when we got packing our stuff up, started back to the room, I looked at Roll, and I'm like, that's it. That's what we've been looking for.
We encounter that in fire service a lot too. It's not. You love the job. You love going to calls. You love going helping people. But what you miss the most is the camaraderie of the guys and the girls around you. Right? Oh,
AJ, everybody.
Hey, that's what you miss the most, right? That's what it's about.
Well, that's what me and him was sitting, and we talked about a lot with and I'll tell you what I just told him. Over the past maybe 5-10 years, I've got to the associations don't really mean. I think I have been, to be honest, I have been probably really trying to critical. Thank you. That's the word I was looking at. It was a C. I was close. And just like the association's a thing. It's lived its life out. It's what does it really do for people nowadays? And I've been up here since Tuesday, and I get it again. I told him, I said, I see these younger folks, and I see me 30 years ago. And me and Rusty was just talking about, I was like, because Rusty was one of my heroes growing up, and still is. But, I'm like, seeing some of the older guys, like I seen Joe Arnold a few minutes ago. Well,
Bridging that gap.
earlier.
It's bridging that gap.
And I was like, I'm going to get mushy. But it's like you when you're talking to that one guy earlier. Being up here and being here all for the whole thing and watching it, it's completely different being on this side and watching it from this side out. I've never done that. This has kind of been new for us. And just watching everybody.
Just watching people mosey.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I see my little fat ass popping around, in these kids. And I'm like, man, people like Rusty and Joe and these guys that kick doors in for me to be able to do things I did. These kids need to remember them and need to know them. And like, let's talk about Morris. We talk about Morris like crazy on like the last 2 hours. And Rusty was, I think we figured out you were only the second training officer, training coordinator. But it's, it's just, it's revived me a little bit as far as like this, because I was truly one of those people that like, what does the association do for people anymore? But
brings them together.
But we were talking about, I was about to say, he was talking about the training and what that one squad you was talking about that you went to kind of be the cooler. They was talking about leaving the association. And the one thing that I think I have relearned in the last few days is with the association, leaving the association or being part of the association, you'll leave 70 years of history behind. Is 70 years of history worth $10 a person? I think so. And now 2 weeks ago, I probably wouldn't have said that. I'd probably said, well, the squad just needs to save that money. But it's the history, it's the resources, it's the camaraderie.
If you have a drowning, I mean, even today, and that's one thing that the association was formed on. If you have a drowning in your county, you got, at best now you got 10 members that can show up.
At best case scenario.
And that's at a Saturday afternoon when there ain't no ball game going on.
But you can make one phone call. You can call Bucky in Region 1, and he can have you 60 people there come morning, if not by dark, today. And that's something that, you don't think of until you need it.
And here's another old school thing. I was lucky, tremendously lucky. I got my ass chewed by some of the oldest people of this association. The first grounding I ever worked was underneath David Green Bridge at the time with Harry Roddy. I was stupid enough, I tied on to his boat. Now, I didn't know, I knew Harry Roddy, but I didn't know Harry Roddy. I didn't know Harry Roddy, the rescue squad guy. It was daylight when we hit the water. So the crewettes come with lunch. They hollered, and we had them god-awful brick radios with an antenna that's 30 foot tall. Said, lunch is here, crewette. All right, I reached over, started. Son, he smacked the shit out of my hand, and he said, they'll bring us something.
Get off water.
What the hell are you talking about?
Get off water.
Bring us something. We run out of gas. Did we go back to the bank?
Nope. Somebody got gas.
Shit, no, he had another one in his boat. He just reached over to us.
That sounds like LR, I know.
And I was like, and it was 3,000 degrees. You was in them damn aluminum boats. We was bait.
Probably in dress lines, probably.
Yeah, in white.
There has been some kind of coverall.
Why? Yeah, I was going to say, why I don't know who started the white coveralls thing, but
I'm
that
glad
was,
it went away.
We still got them.
I know. you
They're
do.
the
Well, you
only
know,
ones I
used
think
to-
they still do.
Newport and Marshtown, if they showed up on the drowning, you could tell Newport and Marshtown because they were about the only ones in white. But at dark, I was done.
Yeah.
Now, 14-year-old fat little rawhide here is with 70-year-old Harry Roddy. And the sun's going down. We don't have lights on the boats back then. You know, that's just stupid. So we've run through like 4 tanks of gas. I'm like, this thing is crazy. So it got dark. Now, I forget who was driving. I wasn't driving the boat, but I was on the front that was tied
You're
up.
doing this.
I looked at him and I was like, we got to go to the bank. And he's like, we ain't going to the bank. We ain't find nobody. And I was like, I'm going to the bank. And he's like, no, you ain't. And so here, me and this 70-year-old man's having an argument underneath the bridge looking for somebody. And I just happened to have a knife. And I don't know, God knows I don't carry knives now to kill myself. But I reached over.
Got the rope.
Now it gets better. Now he had been, you know how we used to one side would pull and the other side. Our motor hadn't been on in probably 2 hours. So here I have already made my stand. I'm 14 years old. I'm going to kick this old 70-year-old's ass right here under the bridge and everything. I forget who was at the engine. Pow, 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 pow.
Ain't no 2-stroke motor done found the plugs.
Well,
Here we are.
11:30. Somebody hooks this poor fella. And I'm like, this day has just been. And I was so wore out when I got to the bank, I couldn't get out of the boat. I was just like, but yeah, I was like, you talk about karma. And just as soon as he hit that motor and it didn't start, I'm like, my hand's been played.
But those are the stories that need to be passed on.
It does.
I'm thankful y'all are doing it. They interrupt y'all.
Oh God, no, dude. That's what we want people to just sit down.
Good to see you, Rod.
Good seeing you,
Been a
brother.
long time, bro.
It has been.
How are you, sir?
Pretty good, Rusty. You all right, sir?
Doing well.
Oh, goodness.
How you making it?
I got about
Every day.
13 months till I can retire, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you just find something else to do then.
You know what's going to happen.
RT
RT ain't working.
Yeah, RT ain't working. You call him.
No, be good.
See you, brother. Love you. Damn it.
You're doing good.
I hope we are. You talk about good egg. AJ's a good egg. He is. He is a good dude. I got in his ass. I do. I love AJ. He is done well. It tickles me to see him. There, we talked about earlier. It tickles me to see him doing training, taking the mantle up and doing it. My idea is none.
Time to take a break.
Time to switch cheeks.
Well, guys, I appreciate you letting me be here.
Oh,
And
yeah.
We enjoyed
Have you
having
ever
you.
met Rolo?
I sure have.
Yeah. I keep forgetting a lot, especially when we do it. I keep forgetting everybody don't know each other. You know, we'll get 30 or 40 minutes deep into one of our things, and Rolo will go, "Hey, introduce such and such," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, that probably would be a good idea." But, yeah, Rusty, thank you for talking to us.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. We enjoyed
And
it.
I'm glad we've got this for history's sake. You know, nothing else.
Absolutely.
You know, may not be 5 people see it, but we'll know it's there.
That's right.
Good shape. I appreciate what you're doing with Old Guard.
I love you,
Yes,
brother.
absolutely,
Hope
brother.
it does good.
Well,
Continue success with it.
we're taking baby steps.
We're trying our best.
How are you, sir?
Good to see you, Rusty.
You too, young man.
Talk about a legacy person.
Do what?
We're going to talk about legacy person. If you figured out how much, wonder when Dennis joined the school. Yeah, Dennis. Wonder when he joined the school. Or I don't
Well, I
think
know
there's ever
when he
been
got-
a crew
well-
heads without Imogene.
Well, I know when he got out, so let's see. 'Cause I was a senior in high school when he retired. He got out in '98, so he did 17. He did 17 years.
98,
So
70.
84, 85.
It seems like you've been in there longer than that.
I think he had 20 years total, but like 17 that actually counted.
When did you? 84.
Then I think Jake got in here about 85. Or no,
Yeah,
Jake was in it
was.
before.
I was going to say Jake
Jake
was in
it before
Explorers
then.
forever. Yeah.
So I think he came in right out of high school because he graduated in '85.
Because he was in the Explorers
Yeah,
for years.
that's how I started.
That's another thing you never hear about him. I mean, Marshtown, that was the junior squad at Marshtown was the Explorers.
They had a Explorer convention in Gatlinburg one year, and they asked us.
Oh, I remember that.
They asked us to come up and do.
I went with the city fire department.
To do they wanted the Explorers to do vehicle education, but they couldn't use any tool. They couldn't use any live hydraulics.
Couldn't put them in danger.
But they wanted to do the whole vehicle stabilization, the inner and outer survey, and hook everything up. No power, but hook everything up and be ready to go.
Yeah.
We went up there and they were doing several different things throughout the weekend that we was there in Gatlinburg at the convention center. And my boy came up with me from Cleveland, Bradley County, Ronnie Goss. And he's in fire department, career firefighter. And we went up there, and one of the scenarios they done is they're standing there in a pair of shorts and socks and a t-shirt, and they laid their gear out and had to dive in their gear and put their gear on.
You'd be surprised. Someone could do it less than 30 seconds.
25, 30 seconds, they put the gear on. Ronnie Goss with me, and he told me, and they took me 5 minutes to figure out, shit, I need to piss before I put my gear on.
There you go.
He said, I can't put my gear on.
I couldn't find my boots in 30 seconds.
Old man used to do standby with me. He said, I finally got this putting your gear on figured out. He said, you put your boots on, you pull your pants up, you grab your gallus, you figure out it between your legs, you put your gear back down, you get your foot out between your galluses, and then you pull your gear back up.
And this was full SCBA.
Wow.
Doing it less than a minute.
Well, I was going to say, they probably
I remember
trained and practiced
I
that.
could do it
Well,
less
I mean,
than a
they just
minute. It'd
dive.
take me about 5 minutes.
They make their gear out there and just dive in and stand up,
Shit, I couldn't find my turnout gear and that.
I remember when I went through rookie school, we had to do it under a minute. Shit, if I had to do that shit again, I probably couldn't do it in 5.
They put us
Shit be done burned down by the time I got my stuff on.
They put us in a dark bathroom right beside the fire department, and you had to put your gear on in under 60 seconds. And you went in there in a pair of shorts or whatever you had on. You went in there in your shorts, and you had to come out with your gear on, breathing air in the
In their
dark.
defense, though, a lot of them had gear that's 3 times too big for them, so they just slid it on. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't nothing.
that's true.
Shit, I was going to say, I never knew what new gear was till early 2000s.
And I done a mini smoke divers class over with Charlie Lewis.
Charlie Lewis. Now there's a name.
He was my fire.
Yeah.
He gave my fire. Him and Gary Ryan. Melvin Williams.
Gary, he had to take anger management. I don't know how many times they sent him
Oh.
anger management. My God.
I tell you what,
Steve
Gary
Payne.
Ryan saved my hind end one night in Bean Station. When he's still on the truck, we working a farm across that Shell station now on 25 feet. There's a big house back on the other side of it, and they got a call before we did. And of course, they were already there. By the time we got to the truck, they was already halfway over here. Well, I was just getting ready to go inside, and as I put my first knee in, Gary grabbed my air pack and yanked me back. Pissed me off. And I looked
And then
down.
the flashover happened.
I looked down and there was nothing. I mean, there
Oh,
was
no.
nothing except the basement, like 6 foot down. And he's like, "You about died." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Gary came to class at Marshtown. I won't say south or something other. At class sometime. Gary was there. And he come in and man, he was pissed. And he brought his helmet in with him. He said, "Hey, so bees in Johnson City tried to burn my ass." And he threw his helmet down. I mean, it had everything singed off of it, goggles melted to his head.
Wow.
He said, "They tried to burn me in a flashover today in Johnson City." And he said, "Yeah, you know, I'm not in a real good mood for teaching. We're just going home. You know, we can call this off and do it
we
again."
call this. We good. Yeah, we can call this done and meet back next Wednesday.
Right. But,
Well, we'll go back to class. I'll see you. I'm going to say hello.
Appreciate you stopping.
Yeah, we're lucky. We got Icon talking to us.
there you go.
How you feel being
I'm not
called
an
an icon?
No, I'm not.
You don't feel it, dude.
No,
But you are.
And that's what I told somebody in the past president. I said, "I don't know how in the heck I got over the hill and never was on top of that."
Well, there you go.
Somebody forgot to tell me I was on top.
Somebody said, "You made a tunnel and went to the other side. You didn't go across the top."
But yeah, dude, thanks. I've enjoyed the shit out of this.
Yeah, it's been great.
But it has these last couple of days have reminded me.
Training, and I'm not a big proponent of the association right now.
You ebb and flow. I mean, it has.
Yeah, it
Especially-
goes. But the training is the only thing that keeps it to me makes it worthwhile. And I've preached to our old members for years. I mean, we got a bunch of old members.
Newport does have still a bunch of old men
I mean, 70s, 80s, 90-year-olds.
active.
Yeah,
Still
they're
active,
there.
yeah.
I'm not going to say they're active,
Well,
but
yeah.
they're on the active roster.
What
But I've
people
said-
consider active
Yeah,
today.
but what I tell, and I've told them for years, and I started training early when I first got to squad. I started training. Anything that come up, I was there. But I told them, you know, and I've made this speech a million times. You know, a pair of white coveralls don't make you a squad.
Don't make you squad. Yeah.
You know, if you get on scene and don't know what to do, you know, you're no better off than the general public.
You're actually worse.
You're hindered
hindering
because
people.
you're actually allowed in the inner circle, and you don't know what you're doing, so you know, stay out of the way.
Well, and people have called you to come help, and you don't know how to help. So now you're just you're
Part of the problem.
You've made the problem worse. If anything. Yeah.
And I've said that for years out there. And girlfriend I once had, she said, you know, and she was in the squad. She said, "You're probably one of the most hated men out here." And she said, "Because you want to do it right.
Somebody's
and they
got
just want to do it."
Yeah. Right.
And I kind of took that as a compliment. You know, I don't mind being hated as long as it's for the right reason.
Yeah. If you hate me and I save your life for hating me, I'm good with it. Because I know I've been called a bastard a lot.
Oh, heck yeah.
And I'm perfectly fine with that. But like you said, you know, if I made you mad and it saved somebody's life or maybe saved your own life, call me about it.
Just like before, we had a car in the telephone pole. 3 poles together, and they broke, and there's a string of transformers above them and wires coming from everywhere, and somebody trapped in the car. And I pulled our squad guys back and wouldn't let them go in. You know, we stayed 2 poles back, and that's where we stopped and stayed at it. You know, when somebody tells me the fire's off, then we'll come and get it.
Right.
Well, EMS went on that fire and drug them across the console to pull them out the passenger side. And, you know, they fussed at me because I wouldn't let our squad go up there and bust the door open on the driver's side. I said, it's not worth me dying over it. You got away with it. That's
Once,
great.
this time.
Yeah.
But if I went up there and one of them power transformers fell down and wires fell across the truck and across into somebody's lap or whatever, and you know, I
Killed
had 3
me,
squad
killed
members
them,
down,
killed 3 or 4 people.
would that have been worth it? No. Got called out again. Called down below the house, and the guys coming from the squad building, and I just went on from home. And pee in the rain. I mean, road standing, water standing everywhere, and I hydroplaned. And I called back on the radio and told the guys, you know, slow down. The road standing full of water. no need in getting halfway there really damn fast.
Right.
Take your time and don't hydroplane. You'll drive the conditions. And some of the guys in the fire, county fire, or EMS there, they kind of fussed at me because I told our guys to slow down. This people trapped. Well, great. If it got there halfway real fast, what good
They'd
would
have still
be?
been trapped.
They'd still be trapped.
I took when I was in the fire department. I took a lot of heat because I was still in the squad. But I got as I said, y'all for put on the fire truck. Not to take over, not to do anything. But we was on a wreck and trapped. And the same thing what you said happened. The crash truck wrecked. Didn't wreck bad, but slid off the road, couldn't go no further.
Couldn't get there.
And we had to wait on Marshtown to come. And I'm like, this ain't gonna happen again. I was like, I can get some if I've got a and it's a 32B. It's not the big, but still there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if I can get somebody out, it may not be pretty, but I can get them out. And that's.
And I never was I'm not going to say I was for or against, but my problem with fire departments doing extrication, when you've got standalone rescue squads, my problem with that, and I said it in classes, and I said it in front of firefighters, and I'll say it on here, if you don't have enough room on the big red truck to carry all the equipment you need to put out a fire with, where in the hell are you going to find enough room to put extrication gear?
That's true.
And I am a proponent of every fire department having gear if they've got room to put it and enough stuff to do it with. Because 90% of your extrications are simple stabilized and door lock.
Yeah.
90% of the time.
But it's at 10% of the time.
That occasional, Lord have mercy, we got a standalone crash truck. It's probably got a 14, 16 foot custom bed on it. And it's full from front to back, side to side, top to bottom with extrication gear. I know you ain't got this much equipment on that fire truck. But if you need, I've been on scenes that every piece of equipment, just about every piece of equipment on that truck has been off. And I know that you don't have that equipment on fire truck. But like I said, 95% of the time you're good. But don't turn me around with a crash truck coming your way because of the ego and
I think that had
ego thing
a whole lot, unfortunately, because everybody knows where I live. I'm not going to mention it by name. You have somebody, and you'll have departments canceling other departments just because they can.
And we made the rule in Newport while I was captain, I believe, nobody was allowed to cancel us except a squad member or everybody was out. If they called, EMS collared and said, extrication complete, everybody's out, then we're canceled.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would rather.
But don't let a firefighter or don't let somebody else cancel us, be it a firefighter, be it law enforcement, whoever, don't let them cancel us. And they're not out of the vehicle yet. Because it could still be something happen. Their tool could quit, their tool could break, whatever could happen.
I've always said, and I still believe this to this day, there's always something for somebody to do. Whether it's put cones or, I have never been one of those who, if there's other departments coming, whether it be fire side or rescue squad side or even EMS side, I would much rather have them people coming to me still. Maybe not running emergency lights and sirens, but if something does, like you said, it's shit when stuff does go sideways. Well, they're already close. You don't have to page them out and go get the truck and come back. It's just.
I've been turned around 3 or 4 times on the same wreck. And where it was at, it had a 5-mile stretch of interstate that they wouldn't no turnarounds. You had to go 5 miles this way to turn and go back. So, just by the time I get there, they cancel it. So I turn, get off, come back the other way. Just I get turned back the other way, well, we got trouble, you need to come on back up here, Rusty. You go 5 miles this way, turn around and go back 5 miles this way to get off the exit.
Just stop and get gas before you get the damn call.
I got canceled 3 times on the same call.
Heck, Newport and Cobb County, people don't understand. If you get past the 430, 440 whatever the Waterville exit or whatever.
447.
There ain't nothing to the other side of the mountain.
Nope. 451 or so is the state line, and from and our squad, and it was just depending on how things happened at the time. If somebody give us the land or whatever to build squad, well, it's come on the ice end of the whole county. We're on one end. If you get a call, you're going to run 20, 30 miles sometimes to get to the call.
Yes.
You got 3 miles to the county line the other direction, but it's 33 miles that direction.
Could you imagine doing that before the interstate?
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Doing it now. Putting the interstate down to one line.
Well, yeah. I was going to say, yeah. Boy, and that's a whole other. Relive that. God awful.
I've talked enough about myself and you all in trouble.
Hey,
thank you.
That's the one good thing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate you and continue doing what y'all are doing.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Chris. I love you, brother. I really do.
Y'all take care.
Glad I got to see you.
Thank you, everybody,
see you
for
tomorrow.
listening. Hope to see you again.
All right, brother. Wow. That just turned into.
Sorry about
that. No, God, no, don't be sorry. I loved it.
Thank you, guys.
That's exactly what we've been.
Wow. It's been a great day.
This has been a great day.
I'm telling you, we
kind of hijacked it there on the end. But
it's all good.
Like I said, sometimes 14-year-old rawhide still pops up every now and then.
Hey, man, it's, sometimes it ain't something you can in 5 minutes.
How long have we been going?
Hours.
It was morning when we started with.
It was. We started at what, 10:30? It's almost 15 to 3 right now. So,
I don't know about you, but I think we can put a stamp on the day.
I think so.
Get ready and go stretch out for a little bit. See what we're going to do tonight. If anybody does happen to see this, thank y'all for hanging on, and I hope people in the future get to see this.
Absolutely. So, I've got to concur with Rawhide. It's been a great day. It's a little bit of new water that we treaded today, trying to, reach maybe a little bit different portion of our brotherhood. I think it's definitely been a success. We've got to see people and talk to people, that have really been pioneers in everything, rescue, fire department, some EMS guys and stuff too, man. It's been awesome. We've talked to some other aeromedical personnel. I mean, it's just been a great day.
I kind of hate we didn't get them to get a chance to come talk to us.
Yeah. So, I mean, we look to try to be at some more events in the future, and
I think we definitely will be at more events in the future.
I think so too. I think this has really been something we've needed to do and venture out in. It's been a little,
it was chaotic getting it, and we by far is not set up good, I would say. But
right. We'll
it'll happen. Yeah,
we'll figure it out. But guys, we're gonna jump off here, and we may jump back on for some of the fun nights of festivities after a while. But if not, thank you all for staying with us for a few hours, or if you only stopped in for 5 minutes, and come visit us on our TOGA campfire nights, Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock. This is Rollo. It's Rawhide. We'll see you guys later. We love you guys.
See you. Love y'all.